Hello and welcome to unMadeGaming, guys. It is Tuesday, and that means we are live for Curse of Strahd. So, let's go around, meet our cast and crew here, and jump right into the madness that is Dead by Dawn. So first, we'll go over to a survivor unto his own right. Irma had no power here. Insomniacs Inc., who are you? What are you doing here? And who are you playing tonight?
Well, after I went outside and told Irma to shoo, go away, I came back in and hopped back in here to play Auntie Nanny, everyone's favorite old ass, like, wench woman. She's a bit of a human wizard, and she's just starting to get a little more powerful. She's real kind of sweet, likes to cook, and just wants everyone to get along, unless they've misbehaved, and then it's time to break out the whipping broom.
Makes sense. We'll jump over to our two Canadians here, who in their own right are also survivors of the long, dark winters. We'll start with Mad Fishmonger. Who are you? What are you doing here? And who are you playing tonight?
I'm Madfish. I hang out on the internet and do D&D stuff and art stuff. And I'm playing Thorne Black Talon. I'm sorry, I still don't have a guitar riff.
That's true. Yeah, you need to get a phone app.
Yeah. She is a dragonborn barbarian. She is the best at what she does.
Fantastic.
And, she's just quite a simple character. Not a lot of depth, not a lot of complexity. Just a dragonborn who likes to eat things and hit things.
That's true, and you do both in spades. We'll jump over to Mr. Bitters. Who are you? What are you doing here? And who are you playing tonight?
I'm Mr. Bitters. I hate almost everything, and I'm like a mod here and stuff. Frags does all the work.
And you take all the credit.
I mean, I do what I can. I play Stewart Gibbs. That's who I play. The human fighter who got dragged into some weird cult bullshit with his buddy. But, I mean, maybe magic happened. Maybe he was a ghost boy for a while. All we know is we came up with the pull and poke, and it was magical.
I forgot that's what you named it. I have regrets. Speaking of pulling and poking things, we'll go over to KW Frags. Who are you? What are you doing here? And tell us about that sweet, sweet blanket fort in the background.
Yeah, I'm coming at you live from Fort Kickass over here. I too am a mod, and don't let Bitters fool you. He tries. But I would. What am I doing? Yeah, I'm playing the part of Toddrick Ellisor. I am a level 3 nature wizard, as some may call a druid, but I am technically just a druid by heritage, because I was brought out of the forest by one Sir Stewart Gibbs, and we've become bosom buddies ever since. He's Sophia to my Blanche, and yeah. So, and I kind of drag him along on my misadventures. I think last episode I got too big for my britches and thought I was in some kind of weird mafia novel.
Yeah, you did you got real violent.
I don't know what came over me. It just kind of happened. And I appreciate Thorne just going along with it. That was nice. She was just like, okay.
I don't think she knew any better.
No.
Yeah, so that's our cast and crew. So, without any further ado, previously on Curse of Strahd. Arriving in the mist-shrouded town of Barovia, Stewart, Toddrick, Thorne, and Auntie Nanny proceeded into the town and towards the inexplicable sound of someone crying. Finding the source, a woman who had seemingly lost her daughter. Noticing that everything in the town was not quite as it seemed, the members of the Order of Ash and Bone made their way to a local tavern wherein they met the overly enigmatic Ismark Kolyanovich, who welcomed them to the town, plied them with food and drink, and ultimately asked a heavy favor of them: escort his sister to the nearby town of Valaki. Agreeing to his request, the party was led to the house of the burgomaster to meet Irina Kolyanovich, only to learn of the recent death of their father, said burgomaster. Acquiescing to Irina's demands, the order members agreed to assist Ismark with the burial of their deceased father, the local church. Entering the church, they quickly realized that, like the rest of the town, this once holy place was much more than it seemed. Now you guys are all outside. The funeral rites have been performed. You've been here for a few hours, just watching the casket lower into the ground as the priest said his prayers over it. And you notice all around you that the sun begins to set and go down beneath the cliffside. And as it does so, Stewart Gibbs looks around and he sees a ghostly pale white figure. And then as he looks to go tell his friend Toddrick about it, he turns his head and sees dozens more rise. And all at once, you guys are plunged into darkness with dozens and dozens and dozens of ghosts slowly rising from their graves all around you. What do you do?
I mean, it's a familiar sight for a couple of people here, isn't it?
Yeah. Nanny's going to probably go, ooh, this is the part where they all just walk away, right? Right, they just walked away last time, right? And
Do we recognize any of them?
yeah.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Oh dear.
A 13 and an 11. You look around at the pale, ghostly, wispy figures, and you see no one that you recognize. There is no Stewart Gibbs here. There is no Thorne here.
That's good, I guess.
And they're just standing there. They're not walking towards the direction. Or you said they were walking.
So as you're looking around trying to see if you recognize any faces, currently it appears to be one is standing on every single grave, and more are sort of apparating out of nothingness on the graves. It appears, as your best guess, that they all haven't appeared yet.
I'm going to look to the priest and, is this normal?
The father looks at you and he says, I hadn't realized what time it was. This is... Yes, I guess you could say this is normal. We need to get back inside, quickly. And he begins to, he kicks the thing that's lowering the ropes down, and you just see it, flywheels into the remaining, 2 feet into the ground. And he begins to quickly move towards the chapel.
Nanny's going to take that as a sign to GTFO and promptly book it back to the chapel.
Sweet. The rest of you see the priest turn and run, quickly followed by the elderly Auntie Nanny.
I will growl at the ghost and take up the rear. I'll, go backwards.
Yeah, wait for everyone to get by you.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And back into in case anything comes, with my axe out in case something comes
Sure.
to us.
Toddrick and Stewart, what are you guys doing?
Probably sharing a look for a minute, and Stewart will wave Toddrick ahead. I mean,
I'll see them running and just kind of look at Stewart and go, "Within Barovia." And just kind of start trotting behind Nanny.
Whoever is last, I believe that is Stewart and Thorne. Give me perception checks, please.
Oh, crap. I'm probably good at these.
I'm glad it's you guys.
Surprisingly good.
Yeah, so Stewart, you take a quick look around. You see Toddrick moving. You grab your pike. You grab your polearm, and you start running after him, protecting your friend. Thorne, you're a little slow on the pickup. You're waiting for everyone to go past you. Ismark is the last one. He runs by, and you look, and as you see all of the ghosts begin to walk away from the church, you hear and subsequently see the gravestones all begin to shake, and you see one hand just out of the ground and begin to pull itself out of one of the graves as you turn tail and follow your friends back to the church.
Oh, for fuck's sake, the ghosts were the good part.
The ghosts were the fun part, guys. They were friendly. They were like tiny Caspers. You guys find yourself back in the church. You guys should have full control of your characters. You guys find yourself back in the church. You see that the priest has run inside. He has begun ensuring that all of the wall sconces are lit in the main chamber, and he is again back behind the altar, hiding below the rope for the bell, just cowering in fear behind this. What do you guys want to do?
I am going to do a perimeter walk around the inside and check, make sure everything's locked up.
Sure. So roll me another perception. As you walk around, you notice that there are several windows, 2 on either side of the long walls and 2 behind where the bell is. And if they're not smashed out entirely, there is no locking mechanism. They're just a single pane of frosted and colored glass. You see that most of them have been smashed out. You see that as well as most of the pews in the church have been smashed out. And you can see that the priest is behind the altar rummaging for something. And as you do your perimeter walk, you look out the window and you see dozens of what you assume to be undead corpses shambling and pulling themselves out of the graves and marching on your location.
We're still inside.
You are all inside, yeah.
Yeah, she'll just look at everybody. They're coming. Can't fix these windows, I don't think. Is there enough of any of the pews to be able to cover any of them?
There is absolutely enough of the pews, yep. If you can find some manner of tool to board up the windows, you can do so.
Let's see, what do I have?
We'll just use Ismark. He seems like a pretty big tool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to volunteer as tribute, but I mean that sounds better.
Boom! Stole your joke.
Just push them outside there. Let them come.
Yeah.
Send yourself.
Yeah, so you see the priest is rummaging through behind the altar, grabbing at things. The rest of you guys remember as you walked in, there are 4 closed doors down this corridor before you get to the main chapel area. The hallway that you guys are all in right now is completely dark. The only light is coming from, is cascading down the hallway from the main chapel area.
Nanny is most likely a little upset at at Bildrat's right now.
Ismark.
Ismark, that's right. Yeah, I got tavern keeper, general clerk, trying to keep him straightened. Is she's gonna run up to him, very stern, the pissed off old lady face. Yeah. Just you forgot what time? You forgot what time of the day it was? What? You didn't just forget to make dinner for someone. This is the damn dead walking up out of the grave. How do you know what time that happens and then forget about it? You don't forget what time zombies come out and start killing people. You keep track of that shit. God, she just storms off. She's very, very.
He takes your berating, and every once in a while he tries to get a word, and he's I didn't. It's not every time they different, and he just stutters trying to get a word in edgewise, but you're just quickly berating him. He looks defeated as he just sort of moseys into the room.
Yeah, I guess she'll then say, "All right, everyone, let's find something to do. Improvise," and she's gonna go into this room.
Sure. Yeah, you absolutely do go in that room. You go in that room, and there are... you see the first thing, the most obvious thing you see is that there is a trapdoor in the floor that has a padlock on the actual handle, and then there is a bar and chain over the top of it that is locked and clipped closed.
Just gonna poke her head back outside. And what's all this about? There's more things we forgot about. What's locked up? What do you keep? Oh, that's right, you creepy little kid. And I slide the door.
Yep.
What else is trying to kill us?
Just the kid. I mean, just everything. Yeah. So as you walk in that room, you see that's the first thing you notice. But as you kind of poke your head and look around, you notice that that there are holes in the ceiling. This room is covered in mold. Broken shingles have fallen to the ground. And you can still hear the young man's screams. "I'm hungry, Father!" Just screaming from below there. Every once in a while, you see as the trapdoor is shooken. And you can see out to the starry night sky through some of the holes in the ceiling.
Nanny's gonna... Toddrick!
Yeah. What?
Wants to find something heavy so we can put on top of this big thing right here. I don't like what's down there. I want to make sure it stays down there.
Well, okay. Hear me out.
I'm hearing.
What if we make that monster fight the other monsters.
Oh my goodness.
Then he'll be all tired and, maybe full, and we can stab him while he takes, a nap after he eats, right?
That's true. That's because I've seen Thorne devour lots of things, and when she's finished eating, it's you can't get her to do anything. She's so tired, she goes into full whale mode.
Yeah.
Does anyone have a... How do we get... It's locked up. It's got a lock on it. How do we... And I look at the chest.
We can always get Thorne to knock off the lock, I think.
Oh, true. Yeah, that's right. We do have a big giant dragonborn with big giant weapons.
I feel like maybe this is a bigger decision than the two of us. Maybe we should get others on.
Yeah. Hey, psst, psst. Hey. Stewart.
Stewart.
Stewart. Stewart.
We need at least the brain over here.
Yeah.
Why are you guys whispering? Why? This feels really bad.
Because we have a plan that's going to piss everyone off except maybe us.
Yeah.
All right, I might be in for this.
Okay, so the little guy that's down there that's super hungry apparently, right?
Right.
We make him fight the things outside. We let him out and we hide, and he comes in, eats all the zombies, gets full, takes a nap, a little stabby in the dream world, and we're done with him.
Toddrick, this again. When you got that bestiary book and you were like, I wonder what would happen if an owl bear fought a gibbering mother. Is this again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was I right?
I mean, it would be really cool, but
I mean, it was dangerous, but
this is this guy's son.
It was his son. Let's get that. I mean, you heard the way he talked about it.
Hypothetically, what if they're on the same side? Then we're just double fucked.
Yeah. You're not supposed to be smart, Stewart, damn it.
That's why you called. I'm gonna go help Thorne try to get those pews on those doors. And if either of you two open that door, I'm gonna be pretty angry with you. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Yeah, Toddrick just moved. All right.
I'm going to pull Toddrick to me. Maybe our problem was we talked to the brains of the operation when we should have talked to the muscle of the operation. Stewart didn't say anything about what would happen if Thorne opened the door. He said he'd only be mad if we opened the door.
Yeah,
the brains have been outsmarted.
Thorne.
She was asking this guy, like, what are you doing?
The priest.
He's rummaging around. Yeah.
He looks down to you and he says, I'm finding my holy symbol to protect me. And he comes back up clutching a holy symbol, and he's just like shakily holding it. And he kind of backs up into the alcove and just like hits the back. He hits his back against the wall and then slowly slides down and hides.
She's like, does it work?
It has worked so far.
Okay. Is there like a piece of fabric over the altar or anything like that?
Yeah.
Like a big... Okay. She's gonna pick it up and drape it over him. She's hiding it.
Okay.
And then she's gonna go, no, I don't have anything in my inventory that I've found that would work to, like, nail or anything. So she's gonna go looking. Well, for now, I think she can just pile stuff up.
Yeah, you can pile stuff up. You can look around the church more if you want to find more nails and things of that nature.
So investigate.
Yeah.
Whoa. I'm still shocked I'm getting double digits here.
Right. So you do have you do find some things. You find in the pews themselves there are several. You can rip some nails out of those, and in the altar behind you, you can find that there are several large objects you could use as makeshift hammers to sort of bang things in. They're probably all holy symbols, but
she has a hand axe.
Okay,
So
yeah, you can use the back of that as well.
Flat end of the hand axe.
Yep.
Yeah. So she'll just start like just slapping them on and as fast as she can.
Yeah, Stewart will, grab another end of the pew kind of thing and make this a team effort.
Yeah, it's just 2 hand axes actually. So
Enjoy your stay.
Sweet.
I thought you were gonna go. There's 2 hand axes. I'll just double nails.
Yeah. So you guys all begin. So Toddrick Stewart and Thorne begin grabbing the larger, full pieces of the pew and just nailing those in to the windows as best you guys can. That's going to take a few rounds. And so Thorne, which window do you move to? There's 2 in the north, there's 2 in the east, and 2 in the west.
You said some of them were not broken?
Yeah, the ones that are not broken are just glass. They're just like colored panes of glass.
So I'm going to start with the ones that are open.
Okay. The ones on the side are all shattered.
Okay, so I'll start on this side.
Okay. As you get out there, but the 2 of you actually, as you begin grabbing pieces and sort of like whacking them in with your hand axes, you see the undead roaming towards you. You see several of them are scrambling over and through the wrought iron gates and wrought iron fence all around, and they seem to be amassing towards the chapel you guys are in. They'll be there in a few seconds. It only took you guys a little bit of time to run in there, and these guys are shambling behind you in a large quantity. Toddrick and Auntie Nanny, what are you guys doing?
I imagine they're a little... Well, Nanny's probably a little disappointed because she maybe needs more than half the team on the side to try our wonderful plan of let them fight.
Nothing stops you from figuring out yourself and just letting them out.
But then Gibbs still will be mad at us.
Oh, he's not surviving this.
Yeah.
I don't want Stewart to be mad at me.
And then he's gonna. Oh, let's check the bedrooms, Toddrick. Let's check the other rooms. I'm gonna check in here.
Yeah, Toddrick's gonna go to the left one.
Sweet. So Auntie Nanny, you knock that door in first, and as you crack the door open, you see an old desk and a chair sitting against the wall. You see a wooden holy symbol is mounted above them. You see that it is a sunburst symbol. And you're relatively religious. You know that it is the symbol of Aelmar, the god of the sun war crusades. And you see a large 10-foot iron rod, a 10-foot long iron rod is attached to the north wall. It looks like it once held a tapestry, and is no longer there. And against the far wall, you see 2 wooden cabinets with 4 doors that open out.
Okay, well that symbol is now in her inventory because, yeah, maybe that'll do something later on. She's pilfering stuff from the church.
Sure.
What's in the wardrobe? Narnia?
In the wardrobe is Narnia. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
In the wooden cabinet, there is a tinderbox. There's a few small wooden boxes full of candles. And there's also 2 very well-used books.
Ooh, I take the tinderbox. I take the candles. We can maybe like burn stuff. Burn things.
Yep.
Candles, tinderbox, and the books. What's written on the books?
So you pick up the books. They are well worn, but they are still legible and still usable. The first one is called Hymns to the Dawn. And as you open it, this is a book of prayers and chants to Aelmar, the god of the sun. And the second book is called The Blade of Truth, the uses of logic in the war against Diabolist heresies, as fought by the Ulmquist Inquisition. I'll put that in the chat.
I'm sure that's a page turner.
Yep.
Oh my God!
Did you make those up, or is that like a thing?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Don't you worry about it.
Into the sun, book for Aelmar. Yeah, that's all going in my inventory.
As you begin to start looking through the second book, you see the first book is all hymnals. The second book is a strange book that sort of it mixes like rhetoric and logic and weird descriptions of fiendish cults and the logic behind these fiendish cults.
Right. Well, ain't nobody got time to read right now.
Right.
That's I'll put it in my little my Toddrick pack.
Yep.
For him to check later on.
Yep.
And go to the desk.
Sure. You notice that an empty wooden box resides on the seat of the chair. And as you begin rummaging through things, shifting papers around, you see the desk drawers contain a few sheets of blank parchment, along with some quills and pens and some dried up jars of ink. You see that there are what looks like attempts at writing a mass. However, there's crumbled up or scratched out. It seems as he hasn't been able to either write or perform a mass in quite a while, this priest. But that is what you find in his office.
He's a low-level priest then. There's an empty box. I'll take the empty box. Who knows?
Sure.
I'll pack right it up.
Sure. Toddrick, you open that door and you see a dirty room containing a wooden bed with a straw-filled mattress. There's a small table and an oil lamp on the top of that that's burning brightly. This is actually one of the first lit rooms you've been in, other than the main chapel. Mounted above the bed's headboard is a wooden sun-shaped holy symbol that you recognize to be the symbol of Aelmar, the sun god.
And you said it was like mounted on the wall. Like how big is it?
How big is it? Probably like 1.5 feet, 2 feet by 2 feet. It's a big sunburst, like a 7-pointed sun.
All right. What's on the nightstand? I'm looking at the nightstand.
Nightstand, there is a oil lamp full of oil and currently burning. And inside the nightstand, you see a small holy book, like a prayer and scripture book, that is the Faith of the Nine. It is the equivalent to the Bible. Not just to a single god, but to all 9.
I feel like I would have already read that. Is there anything under the bed?
There is not anything under the bed. Nope.
All right. I want to...
Crawl under the bed.
No. I was thinking about it, but I was also thinking about rolling up the bed and the hay and everything and making just like one giant
Fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can absolutely do that.
Yeah. I want to do it and like roll it up like a big old cigarette, just and carry it out to Toddrick.
Sure, yeah, you just grab the bed, you sort of like drag it out. It's a full-size mattress made out of hay.
Yeah.
But you drag it and like pieces of straw just sort of flying behind you as you're just dragging this bed, sheets and all, through the church. You bring it over to Toddrick. I'm sorry, you bring it over to Stewart, and what do you do with that?
I'm gonna lay out a secondary plan.
Okay.
Because that's what Toddrick's good
So
at.
you're just dragging this mattress.
Yeah. See, this is what happens when we can't do the fun plan.
Yeah, exactly.
We gotta do the weird plan.
And I imagine you just yelling the plan as you drag the mattress, exerting your tiny nature wizard self.
My suggestion is that we get all the zombies in the church, and then we burn it while we make our way out of a different way than is the front door. We let them all come in, and we leave somebody as bait or something as bait, maybe blood. Maybe, I don't know what zombies eat. I don't know what they smell. Just that's what I'm explaining it to Stewart. Like, we just get them all in here, all in one place, and then we burn it down because, what doesn't burn, I'm pretty sure undead burn.
In my experience, yeah.
Yeah, and then look, I'm gonna gesture at all the pews, all the broken pews, and like, there's plenty of tinder, and we've got these. And then I'm like, lift up the mattress and like,
Okay, I'm liking this mostly. What if this is our backup? What if this is our escape plan? They get in, we're getting overwhelmed.
Enjoy
We head out
your
one window
stay.
we've left open. Maybe it doesn't have anything around it somehow. No, I'm not liking this anymore. If we're gonna do it, we're gonna have to do it now.
he's gonna be like, but no, you don't understand. If you get, wait, you said yeah?
I mean, well, we gotta have somewhere to go too, right? So where are we going?
And as you ask that fine question, you hear, and you look quickly over your shoulder and you see that there are several beady, red-eyed, fang-dripping ichor undead that have appeared at the windows and are scratching and clawing at the walls and at the newly erected barricades you have put on there as they're clawing at these walls.
Oh shit! Right, where are we going?
Toddrick's gonna yell, "Go down to the front!"
Yeah, I'm gonna keep barricading. Like, is it sufficiently barricaded at this point?
Roll me a athletics check. You feel as though it is sufficiently barricaded.
Okay. I'll look at Stewart, like, or just at anybody really.
Mm-hmm.
Which one? Like next.
But we've got a half plan. Where's Nanny?
As you say that, Auntie Nanny, what are you doing?
I'm running out of here with all like the little pockets on my dress are just stuffed with all this random shit I've just found.
You see that the door across from you is wide open. You see bits of straw leading away from the room, and you see the remaining two doors. The remaining door in this hallway is left closed.
She'll go to that door then. Have more pockets?
Sure.
And someone has obviously closed. We closed up this.
You
one.
did close the door. Yes, you closed it behind you. I assume everyone was intelligent enough to close the door, so I didn't bring that one up. Nanny, you go inside that room there, and you see a dirty, lightless bedroom. You see just the light is spilling through the corner. You see another wooden bed with a straw-filled mattress. Mounted above the headboard is a similar seven-pointed sun that you have there. And roll me a perception check.
Okay. 4.
That's what you notice.
Okay. I want to know something else. I want to use my inspiration.
Sure. You use your advantage. You notice that carved in a child's handwriting on the bed, on the bed frame, it says Doru, which you know to be the priest's son's name. At least that's what he told you. Donovich.
Doru Donovich. Wait, was Donovich the name of the family from Death House?
Nope.
Team? Okay.
Nope, it was a different name.
That was Durst.
That was Durst. Yeah,
It's a different name that's in your backstory.
Doru Donovich. Ooh. Okay. Nanny is going to. Okay, so obviously we're taking the bed out, and she tries to she grabs a hold of the first the linens. Of course, she's going to grab and roll them up, nice folded, knit, yes, off to one side, and then the mattress itself. She'll start dragging out as well. And it's like, what, Toddrick, where do we put the old mattresses?
And you guys see an elderly woman just dragging a mattress with all of her might into the room there.
Middle of the room. He's like kicking it and kind of using his foot to sweep the rest of the straw back to the pile.
Sure. So you guys now have, let's see here. You have 2 mattresses right here. That's on the wrong layer.
Where's our mattress token?
You have 2 mattresses right there.
Oh yeah. Well, what about using the wooden frames? We can barricade up the doors with the wooden frames.
I'm gonna ask, what's his name, the Iker or Igor,
Ismark,
whatever. Is there another way out of here?
He looks to you and says, no, the windows. The windows are a way out.
And I'm just gonna give him the really look
What else would you want from me? There's only one entrance. The basement has nowhere to go. The windows are the front door. We didn't build a church to escape. I don't know what you want.
I mean, there's got to be fire exits or something. That just doesn't seem safe.
There's no building code.
OSHA's not a thing here.
In 1200 Imperial Reckoning, there is no OSHA.
So the basement you can't get out there. There's no.
That's what he's telling you, that there's no exit in the basement.
I pull Toddrick close to me now that I know stuff. Toddrick, the Doru, his last name is Donovich. That's not his sister's last name.
As you say that, you hear, and there's a lot of scraping and scratching on one of the colored glass windows.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what it means, Toddrick. Did she have any family?
I am going to find old priesty boy.
He's under a blanket. I put him under a blanket.
You put him to sleep.
Yeah,
First I'm going to relay this information to Stu.
And as you do, Encountering Josh donated $2 hairs and says, inspiration from my main man Rem and my main fish. That's nailed it. Only to be used when it will ruin Mike's day. So each of you have inspiration to use at your leisure.
Aww.
To ruin your day.
Josh.
Will do. Thank you, good Josh. It will happen.
Sweet. So yeah, Toddrick, you are running to Stewart and telling him something.
Yeah, I would be like, did you know the priest and his son's last name was Donovan?
Donovan? I knew a Donovan in school once.
Donovich,
whatever. You know what I meant. Let's pretend that.
Son of a bitch. That seems way too convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
we can't burn this.
No. We can burn it. Just not with him in it anymore.
And the sun?
I mean, he's in the basement.
Right, he's in the basement.
Fire, heat rises.
Yeah.
Timber and stones.
This is why you're the smart one.
Exactly. He's undead. It's not going to kill him. Disembodied voice, whoever said that. So do we ask the priest? We're probably going to have to start poking stuff here in a minute.
Yeah, let's get him. Let's get out. Let's get his mark. All right, everyone, time to go.
Ismark, grab the priest.
Ismark is currently boarding up that window. Right there. He's got like one piece of the pew over it, and Stewart, as you walk over, you hear more as you see several more undead outside the window that he's trying to board up.
I'm going to run into this and grab that lighted lamp that was in this room.
Sure, you do. You grab the oil lamp, and it is still flickering, and you see the oil sloshing back and forth in the base of the lamp.
Is the priest still there?
The priest is right where you guys left him, under a blanket. Cowering in fear.
All right. I see that they haven't let me in on the plan.
Nope, they haven't. But you are standing in front of a window, and you see the corpulent zombie is scraping at the windows.
Yeah, I'm boarding it up as fast as I can.
Sure. So Ismark looks to you. He has wooden club in hand, and he's holding up a piece of the pew as you're telling him to let's go. And he's like looking to the window at the zombies and looking back to you for confirmation that you want him to stop doing this.
Yeah, I'm telling him, leave it.
He lets go, and then it's like it just wrenches down, and he slowly backs away towards you. And as he does, you see the just disgusting, dirt-covered, nails-broken hand of one of the zombies reach inside the shattered window and just begin pulling itself into this window.
I'm going to try to tell Thorne to grab the priest and meet us by the front door, meet us by the hallway.
Okay. As soon as he says that, she'll just stop, get her stuff, axe in one hand. She'll go over and just scruff of the neck under the blanket.
Sure.
And just pick him up.
Yeah, you're pretty terrifying. You sort of grab him and start wheeling him towards the door. You have like one piece of church pew over the thing, and beneath it you hear like you hear the sound of glass breaking as it's being pressed in as you begin to move. In fact, I will just give you... I can't give you control of him. Oh well, I'll move him. I'll just have him follow you. So you have the mattresses are in the center. Toddrick, you have an oil lamp in front of you. Everyone begins moving towards this door that you're directing everyone towards. You hear one of the zombies begin to just and climb in through the window. As you quickly look behind you, I think, Stewart, you're probably like the last one to go. You see another one is bursting through the window that no one boarded up. Slavering, just disgusting. Their tongues are lolling to the side as they begin to move out and into the room. You guys make it your way down the hallway, and what is your plan?
I mean, I can tell you what the plan is.
So what you can do for me, everyone, I assume you guys are speaking in hurried voices, in loud tones, everything's kind of, you gotta go now, we gotta go now. Everyone roll me a perception check.
Oh boy.
Please.
There's an 8.
This is gonna be fine.
Cool. So you guys all, as you're running, you hear the sound of glass breaking behind you as it's being pressed in. You hear the two zombies like let inside. They're rummaging through the wood piles, and as you're running towards the door, you hear dum, 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 dum. And you can see that the slat that you have laid down in front of the door to prevent it from opening is just being rebuffed, as if something is on the other side of that door.
All right, we're gonna have to force our way through.
Yep.
Thorne, I'm gonna need you up here.
All right, I'll get my my great axe out and move up to the front.
Yeah, the doors open out, and there is a wooden blockade in front of it. You can lift up and force them out, but you hear, and the door is shaking.
Okay, I want to. I'm gonna look at him for confirmation that I'm supposed to do this.
I think the signal is when the fire's lit, we go.
You think?
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll prepare to. I'm gonna fling this up and just shove the doors open.
Okay.
I'm taking a lantern and I'm just like, "Hoof," and I'm gonna throw it on top of the mattresses.
So I need you, Toddrick, to roll me a dexterity. Just roll me dexterity. And I need you, Thorne, to roll me athletics.
I mean, it's an underhand toss.
It's a low DC. You'll be fine.
I'm 5 feet away.
You're fine, yeah.
I should just picture myself going whoop and throwing it behind me, just hitting Thorne in the head with a fucking lamp.
Yeah, so you throw the lamp underhanded. You see it like sail end over end. You see little droplets of the oil bloop, bloop, bloop as it lands. And it shatters and ignites the beds in fire. You see a few pieces of the kindling of the shattered pews just sort of... in this bright light, the entire corridor is lit. And you can see, Toddrick, from where you are, you see these two beady, red-eyed, fang-mouthed undead looking, and they just look in the direction of the fire, and they can see you, and the fire's glinting in their eyes as they and begin lurching towards this corridor. All the while, in front of you, Thorne, you throw the thing off the top of the door, and you grab both handles, and you start to push it open, and you can feel as though you're pushing something behind you or behind the door, and the door eventually gives way and bursts open, and what you see is this. As these undead are coming in, the two in front got pushed back, and you see there's the skeletal remains of what you can only assume is a human. You see these just decrepit, the skin's peeling off their face, there's no muscle ligatures, and the two in front have those same beady red eyes, while the rest of them seem to have varying amounts of no eyes, or just like pale, white, lucid eyes.
Alright, I'm gonna start attacking.
Sure. Everyone roll initiative.
Okay, I think my armor class is wrong.
Is it?
I think so.
What should it be?
It says it's 16, but I thought it was higher than that. I'm gonna have to check it. Oh, good.
Good, guys, good numbers there.
Yeah. Oh, balls.
Hey guys, ready to die today?
Mm-hmm.
Frags, you're muted. I can just hear
Stop.
you. I can just hear you yelling from the
Oh.
house.
This is not happening how I wanted it to.
I don't intentionally so I build the encounters and stuff.
Yeah, no, I figured I was screwing us.
No, but then you make plans. Like I don't take your plans into consideration, and your plans just play right into my combats, which are great. It's always good.
Yeah.
It's always good for me. So you slam the doors open. All of the zombies are startled back. So I'm going to have this guy go ahead and skip his turn. You hear more as the glass shatters behind you. You guys hear the wrenching of the wooden boards straining against being pushed out. And Auntie Nanny, from the back, you see these doors just fling open, and you just see what looks like a veritable sea of undead.
I'm going to yell that there's more out here.
Auntie Nanny is going to promptly fill her drawers not with loot but with poop, and dash up forward real quick and Thorne, go get them, save us! And I cast Protection from Good and Evil on Thorne.
Perfect. Thorne, you have some protection of good and evil on you. Yeah. Cool. We'll go right down the line to skeletons. These skeletons begin to slowly... and they begin to scramble forward, getting right up into this door frame here. And each one lashes out with its decrepit short bow. Short sword. Because you bury people with swords these days. So a 19 on... the first one is Thorne, and the second one is Stewart. So 19 on Thorne and a 13 on Stewart.
13 misses.
Thorne, you take 4 piercing damage. This thing just brings its short sword down on you through the door, like, bones just creaking and crunching as it swings this thing, lolling to the side with the effort of the blow. And again, you hear more of the boards breaking and the window cracking. And this guy, he comes in. It is your turn, Mr. Stewart.
Stewart's going to start by calling over his shoulder. No, we're double fucked anyway.
Yep.
And start swinging around his glaive.
Sure. 24 hits, fucking everything. What are you? You're attacking the skeleton right in front of you?
The skeleton right in front of me, yeah.
Okay.
Totally retaliatory.
Sure. The skeleton directly in front of you, that's the one. Yeah, he takes 11 damage. Holy crap. Yep. And you want to roll that second attack?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
That also hits.
Bam.
How do you kill this skeleton?
I think he goes for the slash because that's what he does with his glaive. And then realizes himself he's fought undead before. This is a skeleton, and just flips it around and cracks it on the top of the head.
Yeah, and you hear as you see the cracks, the fractures happen in its skull, and you see the neck vertebrae just buckle, and the head just caves into the chest and rattles around, and it falls to the side in a crumble of disgusting dust. These guys, however, they move up. This guy moves up. This guy, he does right here, and the other guy moves up behind him. And you see Toddrick. You hear the sound of an undead squishy being moving behind you, and you turn just in time to see this thing lash out at Father Donovich, attacking it with its claws. you see this thing lash out with its claws and sort of just grab it and reel it in towards its fanged, disgusting, ooze-dripping mouth. And you see Father Donovan take some damage as this thing just claws him and then reaches in to bite his throat. And then you see another panicked noise happens as you see the same situation happen to your friend Stewart. Stewart, you have claws coming at you, a 15, a 20, and an 8.
The 20 will hit.
Yeah, you see this thing claw and it just rakes across your chest plate. The other one just rams its claws again, like cleaving in the same wound that it just kind of tore. Like you have a few kinks in your breastplate now as you take 2 damage, and this thing sort of rakes its fingers in there and starts to pull in, but you kind of get your staff in its mouth before it can bite on your face. And that is its turn. Thorne, you are beset by zombies on all sides. I should probably do this.
Not all sides. Don't hit Auntie Nanny. She just looks like a zombie.
She gets this kind of grin, you know?
Yep.
She's all excited, and she's just gonna go into a rage. And we're gonna start with this guy right here.
The skeleton right in front of you? Sure.
Yeah.
That is a miss.
You know, I have an advantage.
Sure. You do have advantage.
So, I'm gonna use my brand new ability that I just got.
Okay.
Oh, I made a little spell card for it and everything. Oh, whoops. Oh, that's not right.
Nope, not
It
quite.
needs to make a strength save.
He needs to make a strength save. What is the parameters? Strength DC?
Hang on. I had this all worked out and then roll 20 change my sheet.
That's okay. I'm sure he makes it. What happens on a fail? On a success?
Oh, he's not pushed.
Okay. So yeah, you just slam in with your great axe, expecting to see this thing either obliterated or at least blown back into his friend, and you just cleave into leather, like disgusting mottled leather armor, as it just cleaves into it, and you see this thing just take the blow. You see a bunch of ribs crack, and you realize that there is not much of a being to be pushed back.
Oh, she's real angry now.
I bet she is. Toddrick, you're also pretty surrounded, and the priest that you were thinking about saving is being chewed on by a zombie. What do you want to do?
Taj just got this look on his face like, oh, what have I done? And he is gonna grab Father Donovan, and he's gonna move him with him. He's gonna move him.
You're gonna
down.
grab him. So give me a strength, an athletics check.
Okay.
That is a success. Yes, you grab him and drag him down with you. How far are you going?
I think I'm gonna put him between me and Stewart.
Okay, so you're just going to grab him and sort of toss him down there. You see that he has, like, his robes are torn open, he's bleeding from his chest, his neck is bleeding, and he's, like, going in and out of consciousness. His eyes are sort of rolling back in his head, and you just see massive amounts of blood loss and dripping down his tunic. Do you have anything to do as a bonus action?
Let me think. Can I cast Spark Skin? Yeah, I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna. Are these guys the zombie guys right here? Can I only see the one in front of me?
The doors are completely open. You can see everything outside there. The only ones you can't see are these ones right here.
Okay.
You can see everything straight down the corridor.
Oh, let me use access now. Push everybody else. Man, I know I'm gonna regret this.
Are you?
Do it.
I want to cure wounds on Father Donovich.
Okay.
So, yeah. Did I
You just did an athletics check.
What? Oh, that was. I'm clicking it and it's not coming up.
Just roll a d8
Alright.
plus, I think, wisdom. You see the wounds where he has just scraped open just begin to seize and close up. You see his eyes flutter back in, and you see consciousness and realization come back to him as he looks down and just begins screaming in your face. "Ah! What is happening to me?"
He didn't like that? He didn't like being healed?
He didn't like being stabbed to death by zombies, I don't think. I'm sure he's fine with the healing. It's the before... It's the brush with death he had.
Since when I grabbed him and pulled him behind me, and that's as I cured him. I guess that's it for me.
Okay, yeah, so you grab him, you just cast this spell as you're dragging him down the hallway. Auntie Nanny, you see him appear next to you. Toddrick is pulling this man back and healing him as he goes. And Aladair donates an advantage and a crit success for Madfish, please, because sometimes you've just got to do what you got to do. Thank you very much, guys. Let's get some donation hype in the chat there. You see him just grab this priest because just blood is dripping down his tunic, Auntie Nanny. You see Toddrick lay his hands on him and just heal him, seeping up the wounds, and it is your turn.
Nanny, in her method of panic, she's going to look at Thorne ahead. Okay, yeah, the enchantment's still on her, and then let's see. Mage Hand can manipulate 10 pounds worth of stuff.
Yep.
So she wants to grab Mage Hand, a 10-pound wad of that burning hay, and just slam it into the zombie that's right here.
Sure. Make me a dexterity roll. Oh, you know what? It's Mage Hand. I'll let you do an Arcana roll. Yes. Give me an Arcana roll.
Beep. Burn my inspiration.
Okay. You burn your inspiration. Roll me 1d6.
Oh yeah, you gonna get burnt up. 4.
You see this. You scoop up. You just see this floating pile of burning hay and timber, and it just scatters down this zombie as it takes some fire damage.
That's right, you foul beast.
And you just that its red eyes turn down the hallway towards you, and you can feel it burning a hole right towards you. But before that happens, you hear more, and you hear one of the panes of glass shatter. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That guy's there. You hear one of the panes of glass shatter. The skeleton in front of you, Thorne, makes an attack at you with its short sword.
Okay.
With 19.
That hits.
You take 8 damage, but you're raging, so you take 4 damage.
Yep.
As it just sort of slices up against you hear like the crushing of skulls and bones of your tiny rodent armor beneath its blade.
Hey, I work hard for all of those squirrel skulls.
Ismark, it is his turn, and he looks over his shoulder to you guys and says, what was the plan? As he jumps in front of you, Toddrick, and begins to assail the zombies that were going to attack you. Let's see here. He long swords twice. And misses both times. Good.
GG.
10 out of 10. Yeah, he looks back to you and says, "What was his plan?" You see the renewed Donovich looking around, blood seeping back into his body. He looks around at the person behind him, Mr. Stewart Gibbs, and he says, "Blessing of light be upon you!" And he casts Bless. And he casts Bless on Stewart, on Thorne, and on Ismark. You guys can all add a d4 to the number rolled on your attack or
Enjoy
save.
your stay.
Not the guy who healed him or anything.
Yeah, well, I mean, the guys that are holding the zombies off, I think, was what his goal was.
Fucking everybody forgetting the dwarves.
Yeah. He looked right over you and cast on Ismark instead. He didn't see you there.
Ned looks at Todd. It's okay. They forget about me all the time, too.
So you guys all have Bless. Let me put something on there. And Toddrick, I'm sorry, Stewart, it is your turn.
I mean, we got fire behind us, so that's not an option. I guess the only way to go is through. So yeah, Stewart's just gonna keep hacking away at this guy in front of him now.
Sure.
Whenever I find my thing, there it is.
A 15 on the Strahd zombie. I believe that hits.
Okay, I was gonna say, do I need that D4?
Nope, you don't. You deal 5 slashing into this thing. You slash into this thing. Your polearm bites deep.
It's kind of close quarters, but Stewart's getting good at this.
Yeah. 19 also hits. 4 more damage as you just sort of flip it back up quickly, avoiding hitting any of your allies because you're a badass. A certifiable badass.
Certifiable for sure.
Yeah. And in retaliatory strikes, this zombie lashes out at you with its claws. The bite, I believe, hits you, correct?
The bite will hit.
So it just sort of like claws at you. You're able to fend it off with your glaive, but it lunges forward and just lashes onto your arm with its teeth. You can see all of its fanged teeth, and you see its beady red eyes looking at you as blood drips down its mouth.
Damn it.
And from behind you, you hear the wrenching sound of more of the wood you guys had hung up and another shatter of glass as something climbs in. Thorne, it is your turn. You are
Enjoy
blessed.
your stay.
What do you want to do?
I'm trying to decide if I should keep hacking or if I should acid breath.
I don't think you've acid breath this whole campaign.
I have not.
And
I've
it's like
got
the-
a nice line right in front of me. So,
Yeah, it's like the third time you've like, I wonder if I should acid breath. No, do it. I say do it. My vote is for acid breath.
All right. Well,
Do
I don't
it.
get to use the bless, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Sure.
So she just, seriously.
So,
Seriously.
can bless be used on? It's only for attack rolls or saving throws, unfortunately.
2.
So let's see. So the skeleton is going to roll. What is this? Dex.
I am
Dex?
so angry right now.
The skeleton fails. The
She's like,
Strahd
"Damn."
zombie fails, and the regular zombie succeeds.
That was a complete waste of time. I'm never doing it again.
So you spray acid down this fire hose of the undead, each one of them seeping and their bones melting and flesh is peeling off their face as they are struck with your acid damage. Is that it for you?
I can't do anything else.
Yeah, they're just immune to poison, so that's fine. To the condition. Okay, cool. Is it poison damage or is it acid damage?
It's acid. Yeah.
Oh, they differentiated that? Cool,
Yeah.
good. Because they're all immune to acid. I mean, all immune to poison, so it would have been
Yeah.
inconvenient for you. Toddrick, you hear this noise of an angry teenage dragon firing acid out of her mouth. What do you want to do? Ismark, the man you thought was useless, jumped in front to defend you. He's currently going toe-to-toe.
He's gonna see that and go, neat, and he's gonna turn around and I'm gonna cast Entangle on this huge block of zombies right here in the front.
Sure. Any creature inside a 20-foot square.
Yeah.
They need to make a strength Are they just entangled, grasping weeds, sprout, blah, blah, the duration of these plants, blah, blah, blah. Creature in the spell area, when you cast a spell, must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained. Okay, cool. So let's get you some... so, you know what? Go to the draw tool. I got it for you, actually. Where do you want this thing? All of these zombies are caught up in this business?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, just a 5x5 block starting at this homie right here.
Cool. So 5 by 5.
Yeah.
Boom. That is entangled area. Roots just out of the ground. You may concentrate on that spell for up to 1 minute. And let me give you some checks. I believe they are strength checks. These are strength checks for 2 of the Strahd zombies. 11 and a 4. Those are both failures. Let's go with the 2 skeleton. Oh, sorry, the 1 skeleton strength.
You know, it's actually 4x4, but it still gets them all.
Yeah, that's fine.
My math, you know.
That's fine. I can fix that later. And then the 4 zombies. Strength, I believe the 16 beats it.
Yep.
And the 18 beats it.
Yep.
So we'll say everyone with the last ones, the furthest ones out, are restrained. Cool. There you go. That is your action. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Ready up the shillelagh.
You ready?
Well, I guess
you're prepared to use shillelagh.
Yeah, prepared to use the shillelagh.
Yeah. And just for you, Madfish, I will use the net symbol to equal restrained. Cool. So you have netted all these guys. Auntie Nanny, you have seen Toddrick lift his hands up and just vines out from the ground and trap these guys here in the entranceway. What do you want to do?
Nanny is going to want, I guess, try and cover everyone's escape. So let's see. She is going to reach into her bag of magic, and in typical housematey theme, she is going to cast Grease, which is just a bunch of soapy water, and she wants to hit this little square right there with Grease.
Sure.
And
absolutely.
There is that.
1 minute, you slick grease covers the ground on a 10-foot thing, blah, 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 the grease. Cool. So anything that enters it or starts on it makes a dexterity, so I'll make a dexterity for these guys. You know what? Because I like the ingenuity, and it says a bit of pork rind or butter, which are both flammable objects. Roll me a d6.
Oh, shit. I like it when I roll these. 5.
5. I'll put this to the back. 5. Yep, you see. So this guy here, fire ignites wherever you splash that grease, and you see that this zombie is engulfed in flame, at least momentarily. And he's going to make a dexterity save to not fall down in said fire. Let's see what happens here. 2, he does not. He falls prone in the fire. He is down in that fire. He's down in the fire, on fire, all day.
Worst kind of fire to be in.
Yeah, that's literally the when you're down in the fire, so much worse. Than
Get
just
up,
being regular
get
on
up,
fire.
get down with the fire.
Is that it for Auntie Nanny's turn?
Yeah, she's gonna sit there and look real badass.
Yep, you feel badass. You guys hear more shattering glass and moving wood behind you guys as whatever is on the other side of the building begins to strain against it. You see another... This button. This one. Nope, this one. Begin to climb in. Another zombie begin to climb in through the window here. And you guys, that's it. You get attacked Thorne by one of these skeletons as it short swords you again for a 23, slashing into you, biting through your bone armor as you take 2 damage. Ismark is going to begin stabbing away at the monsters, attacking with his longsword. I'll use one of my crits there. Actually, he gets advantage because it's on the ground. That's how that works. He just stabs into the ground, into the flaming zombie that is over here, dealing 13 damage to it. And then another 13 damage. Yeah, so you see, Auntie Nanny, you see your grease just sort of hit. This thing slips underneath it and woof, engulfs in flame. And then quickly in an arc, you just hear 2 slashes down, and you hear, yeah! And that zombie is no more.
Yeah. She's like, grease fighting, go grease fighting, and jam out.
That's amazing.
You're welcome. I follow that a lot. I'm very proud of it.
I hate you.
Yeah, I hate that. I loved it.
That was good. That was good stuff.
If only someone cast lightning bolt, it'd be perfect.
Right? Father Donovich looks around at you guys. Who seems heavily wounded? Are you visibly wounded? Stewart or
I've got some wounds.
and Thorne as well.
Just a touch.
Okay, so he looks because Stewart is the closest right now. He looks to you, Stewart, and he casts Cure Wounds on you, healing you for 5.
Well, that's perfect.
And then he looks concerned over at Thorne, and you can hear him muttering another spell as if he's going to heal you next turn. Toddrick, damn it, why do I keep saying your name? I just love you so much.
We're just interchangeable.
Stewart, it is your turn.
I think Stewart's gonna yell back over his shoulder, Toddy, you all right back there? As he's swinging away at the one in front of him again.
And Todd's just like, hurry up and kill them.
Apparently distracted on that attack there.
Yeah, very distracted by your friend Toddrick.
I was concerned with his well-being.
Don't you have a? Oh, you're only supposed to use it.
No, that was Rem and.
That was Rem. Sorry,
Yeah.
I get him and Rem mixed up. They look like.
Sure. They're interchangeable.
But yeah, the back end of that thing, it's coming in handy.
Yeah, you got him. You're just stabbing in the. You see, this one seems to be more sturdy than the other ones you've seen or fought. And again, this one has beady red eyes and fangs, and it seems to be very aggressive. In fact, so aggressive that it attacks you again. Missing you every single time.
That's because I'm awesome.
The other one moves. The other one you guys hear like scrambling and like and hissing as it tries to figure out how to get by the fire. You do hear the final wrenching of the nails against wood as you hear and the pew clatter off the window. More zombies enter the fray. And you see another one from behind you. Toddrick, you probably see it the most. Coming up to the fire, like coming up to the altar, and then just sort of standing there like, and just disgusting ichor dripping out its mouth as it tries to figure out how to get around the fire that now exists all over the place. Thorne, it is your turn.
All right, she's very, very angry right now. Just everything's making her mad. So these guys are all restrained, right?
Yeah, the 4 in front of you and the 5 in front of you are all restrained.
Right. Yeah. So if I go into this area,
If you walk into the restrained people,
yeah,
mm-hmm.
I'll be subject to the difficult terrain, right?
You will be, yes. Yep, this whole area is full of thorny bushes.
Okay. Well, that goes, I guess, rid of my first plan. So I'll just hack at it.
And I just remembered you have advantage. Because it's restrained.
No, I think restraint just gives you the...
Nope, attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
Yep, and its speed is 0. 24 hits. 9 slashing damage. How do you kill this skeleton?
She is just she's so furious at this point. The axe just comes right up over her head and just straight down, just all the way through
Yeah.
to the ground, just in half. And then she'll look at the next one and just give it a good roar, like she's coming for it.
Yeah. Poison, just acid just dripping off the fangs. I dig
Yeah.
it. I dig it.
She's trying to be as scary as possible.
Yep. Toddrick, it is your turn. You see the fire is beginning to engulf the church, and you guys are slowly being backed further and further into this corridor. What do you want to do?
First off, I'm going to ask the priest if his son is chained up down there.
The priest is going to scroll over to the side and look. He looks to you and he says, you see him like break his concentration on the spell he's casting. He looks over and says, yes, Doru is chained in there. He can't roam free.
And then I'm going to ask Stewart if it's time to go down. Forward or down, Stewart. Forward or down. The boy's locked up.
I don't like being holed in like that. I think we can get forward. Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, if my stupid thing would have worked the first time properly, then yes, we would have made some stupid dice.
No, fuck it. Choke point, right? Do or die. Get down there.
Sure.
Man. Because I really, I don't think I'm not in range to hit anybody with my shillelagh.
No, it's a melee attack.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I have Thorne whip, but that's really not going to do much either.
Maybe you could
I was thinking about pulling the back ones in.
Could you maybe stand there and ready in action if they get near one of these spots? You pop them on the face.
I mean, you could pull one of them into the fire. How far does your whip go? 30 feet?
Oh yeah. I forgot about the fire.
Is it 30 feet? How far is it? 10 feet?
I think it's 30 feet. I mean, it pulls. Yeah, it's 30 feet. It pulls them 10 feet.
Okay.
You
could reach that one in the back if you hit him.
That ball right there.
Dun, 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 dun.
You can reach him from where you were.
From here?
Yep, you don't even have to move. You can reach him from there.
Well, alrighty.
Well, howdy.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna Thorne with this guy and try to pull him all up into the hotness.
A 12 does not hit. Actually, you know what? Let me double check. I think it might actually. A 12 does hit.
Fuck yeah.
These guys are super low AC. And you pull him. What's the condition? It just pulls him, or does he? Have to
It pulls them 10 feet. If they're small or medium.
They are medium. So give me the damage on that ability.
The attacked creature takes 1d6 piercing damage, and if the creature is large or smaller, you pull the creature up to 10 feet closer to you.
Yep. So roll damage on that.
Nope.
Just click on Thorne Whip.
Yep. Do that.
So it takes 3 damage, and then roll me a d6 as it gets put in this fire. Another 5 damage, and on top of that, you just threw it in the grease. It's gonna make a dex save and fail. It's you grab this thing, you like lash it with your vine whip, you yank it forward. You just see it like skid comically on the grease and just ignite in fire, and then just eat shit. It is now rolling in grease while on fire.
And Yakety Sax is playing in the background.
Yep. So a total of 8 damage on this thing. Cool. You see this thing is now prone. And very unhappy with its current life situation, and blames you, I think.
As it should.
Yeah. Auntie Nanny, it is your turn as the fire spreads.
Okay, Nanny's feeling okay. Like we got most locations blocked, though we could block the back up a little more. She's going to hop, skip, and a jump into this room and shout to Ismark. We can try to get this wardrobe and tip it over right here. Give them something to block their path. Keep them in the fire longer. And just kind of like suggest that idea out.
Sure.
Maybe if anyone else hears it too.
Yeah. Okay.
And I guess until then, she's gonna just take a chair and chuck it put it right here or something.
Yeah, you just grab the chair, and it's old and it shatters even with your weak, brittle bone throw, and you just see it fuels the fire even more. The zombies begin to move
No,
into the room. You guys see just more and more of these things scrambling in here, like this.
Maybe they'll slip and Scooby-Doo themselves.
Here's hoping, right? Here is hoping.
Also, I feel like every time I make a plan, it's always like the first phase of a Fred plan, the one that doesn't ever actually work.
Yeah.
Like those are all my plans. They're first phase Fred.
And let's see here, Miss Thorne. You see another. Oh, you don't see anything because it's restrained. You see a zombie around the corner, just like lurching towards you, although it is bound and just wrapped up with all these thorns. And as you see that, Subliminal Cheese subscribes for 2 months. Thank you very much, man. You're awesome. He says, Toddrick keeps sending me dick pics.
Oh, yeah.
Nailed it. The skeletons are seemingly dead in the front of the building. More of them clamber inside and begin to move through the church pews with their undead gait. And that is it for them. Ismark looks to you, looks to the undead, sees the barricade of fire, and begins to take your suggestion. I'll help you. Here, grab the side. And he begins to wrench this thing free of the wall, doing most of the work. Go ahead and make me an athletics check with advantage. 15. Yep, you guys begin to slowly move this thing towards the door, and I'll just grab you both, and you guys get it that far. You guys get it to the end of the room easily. Like, get it all the way out there to the door. Now you got to angle through the door on your next turn. Donovich looks over, and he immediately finishes his spell and he casts Cure Wounds on Thorne. Thorne, you are healed for 5. Oops. He didn't do that. He didn't do that for sure. And yeah, he does that. He heals. He puts his hand on you and heals you. And then it is Stewart Gibbs' turn.
He's this zombie's been up for way too long. So he's gonna hack away at it. Maybe.
An 11 hits.
Nice.
8 damage to this guy. Yep.
And the back end again.
That hits. Wish you had those crits, didn't you?
I really do.
Would those be nat 20s if he's attacking a restrained creature?
Oh, they are nat 20s.
Yeah.
They are nat 20s. Yeah, that's right. You have advantage. Describe to me. Thank you for reminding me. Describe to me how you killed this zombie.
I think the zombie he does an overhead swing and takes its head off, and then as he spins around the back end, he knocks its head over the guys behind it.
Nice. And you do, and the most disgusting and thing that you were not prepared for at all, which I might make you roll on.
No.
You swing wide with your glaive, and you knock the head off, and then you bat it away with the other hand, the other thing, and you see both of its arms lurch up and just begin to grab at you as it's slowly falling back, and you see the beady eyes turn towards you, and you hear as the face is still moving despite being removed from the body as it sails over these things.
Oh, that's not terrible at all.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Shit your pants check?
Yeah, a wisdom saving throw if you could shit your pants.
Right, cool. I can put a D4 on that, right?
You can put a D4 on that.
I'm gonna put a D4 on that.
Okay. What'd you get? 4? So that's a 12? Yeah, so you see this thing, you knock it away, and you see it like lock eyes with you and like as it's falling backwards, and for a minute you are shaken to your core, but you sort of brush it off as you realize that the church is on fire and all of your friends are in danger behind you, and that you need to be the strong one here. And you brush this off, and that's it for its turn.
We're almost clear up here.
Sweet deal. Yeah, so that happens, and as if on command, another one does nothing because it's restrained. It just... Actually, this one is going to... let me see here. Let me see. Are these ones no more intelligent than anything else? Yep, they just... It lurches towards you. Beady eyes focusing on you and just wrapping its hands out and gnashing its teeth towards you. That is round 3. Just so you know, you have 7 more rounds on that, Mr. Toddrick. Yeah, that happens for those things. Thorne, it is your turn. Everything seems to be either trapped in front of you, or not attacking you, or on fire behind you.
Okay, I'm gonna go for this guy right here.
Sure, you have to step out. That is a hard corner. You have to step out into the fray to actually hit that guy.
Okay. Alright, I'll do that. Whoops.
Yeah, he's like, because the door's open out, so he's technically like behind the door, so you can step out and position the door differently and swing at that guy, but you couldn't do it from inside the building.
Okay, I'll step out. Yeah, this guy on the left is gonna get it. Get my great axe.
Yep.
My rage, and I can add a d4 to that.
You don't need to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well,
you can save that. I'll give you that one free.
well,
Which
I don't
one?
need the bless. So.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, the bless lasts for
A minute.
a minute. You have it the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a one-use guy. Yeah, you can use it. You don't need to. You don't need it.
Okay.
And you hit which one? The zombie or the Strahd zombie?
This guy right here
Okay.
was my initial
Cool.
goal.
12 does hit, and you do 11 damage to it. Hot damn. Yeah, you just cleave into this guy, like lopping one of its arms off, and the other one just like gnashes out at you.
Okay. And then she's gonna do a lot of snarling and drool.
Back at it. Perfect.
Yeah. She's like and she walked right into this entanglement too. Just
Oh yeah,
crunch,
that's true.
crunch.
You need to make a dexterity saving throw. I forgot about that.
Okay.
To see if you're restrained.
Oh.
Yeah, you walked into the
I
entanglement.
realized that I would. Okay.
Yeah, it is everyone in the area, unfortunately.
I have advantage because of danger sense. Does this count? I have advantage on dexterity saving throws against effects you can see, such as traps and spells.
Yeah, I'll say yes. Why not?
Okay.
Makes sense. You can definitely see it. It's definitely giant vines. 15, I believe, beats Toddrick's save. You are fine. You just crush them beneath your scaly feet.
Yes.
Speaking of Toddrick, it is your turn. You see Auntie Nanny and Ismark beginning to shove a chest of drawers out of the door. What do you want to do?
Unmute. And I guess I'm going to hold the door open for them?
Yeah, you can do that. Anything else you want to do?
Let's see. I don't think there's anybody else in fine with range. I'm a told you with them. Just trying to grab some fools here. No. I guess I'm gonna step up and kind of like hide behind the corner with a ready shillelagh.
Sure.
If this dude takes a step around the corner into this fire like a stupid zombie.
Yep.
I'm gonna give him a bunk.
Also, roll me 1d6, please.
Okay.
The zombie you have tripped takes 3 more fire damage as it is engulfed in flames. All right, so you prepare an action. Auntie Nanny, roll me another strength check with advantage, please.
13.
13. You begin to wedge this out of the way. And Toddrick, you are just quick enough to move as it falls on the ground directly next to you. And there is now a bookshelf, a chest of drawers right there as it falls through the window.
Our friend is trapped inside.
He clambers over the top and gets out of that. Yeah, he sort of just gets out. He'll move right here. Cool, that's its turn. The zombies begin to move in, and you guys can all hear from the inside of the room as the zombies are attacking. You see these begin to lurch forward and one of them attacks Stewart. Stewart, that's the one. One of them attacks Stewart. The other one attacks Thorne with a slam. Stewart, Thorne. Stewart, you take 3 bludgeoning damages. This thing just wrenches out of the undergrowth and just slams into your body, dealing you some damage there.
Yeah.
Wait, don't they have disadvantage?
They do not. They were never restrained.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yep, the other ones were. The skeletons attack. They don't. They move forward. You hear like the more chittering bones as they begin to scrape and slide inside. Ismark lashes out and attempts to actually. He stows his longsword and he pulls out his heavy crossbow and begins to wind it to prepare to attack. And your new friend Father Donovich looks over. It seems as though you guys have it handled in the front. And he quickly looks over to the zombie on fire and casts Sacred Flame on it. The zombie has 0 strength and fails dex saves, so it takes radiant damage as it is lit by the light of the sun. And it is now Stewart Gibbs' turn.
My turn.
Mm-hmm.
I think Stewart's gonna see this all like coming together, glancing around, surveying the battlefield, and realize we have to punch a hole, and start swinging at this guy with his 10-foot reach.
Sure. Now, what happens if you're swinging into melee? Because you're swinging over a dude.
I am. And I don't know that they've written things about that.
Okay, we'll play it like it doesn't matter for now. Go ahead.
Alrighty. Yeah.
19
One
hits.
of those. And maybe for good measure to keep the one in front of me occupied, he'll get the back end.
11 hits. Another 6 damage. Boom. Yep, you do. You crack it into him. You see like more of his mottled flesh and some of its bones break under the heavy wooden stock of that glaive of yours. The other zombies begin to move forward, trying to get around this fire. Thorne, you are lady balls deep in thorns and zombies. What do you want to do?
I feel like that's a quote. Just saying.
I'm gonna, I guess. Which one should I go for? I'm trying to decide what's more efficient. Getting rid of the big guy or getting rid of the little guy.
You did just sever the arm off the little guy.
Yeah, I did. I'm gonna go for that guy again. Finish him off. Put him out of his misery.
Absolutely. 24 hits for sure. 9 damage. How do you kill this guy?
She's gonna go for the torso, and just like right under the ribs, and just right in half that way. She did a vertical chop the first time.
Yeah.
So,
Now you gotta do the other side. Perfect.
Yeah.
So you do it. And you just see it like, and it's like severs in half and just crumples into 2 pieces. It's very disgusting to watch. But you have cleared that zombie.
And then she'll turn and growl and spittle at this one down here.
Perfect. It snarls back in your face. Toddrick, you are probably the safest person here. What do you want to do?
That would be me. I am Toddrick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's me. He's gonna like survey the area here. I think he's gonna move up.
Okay.
And I can.
You can shillelagh that guy right in front of Toddrick.
Yeah. That's what's happening.
12 hits. 5 damage on this guy. Cool.
And he, since Stewart's got him all occupied, he doesn't see me. I just like uppercut Right at the jaw. Like,
Right in the jaw. It's like you see its head just knock backwards. And you see like a few of the tendons and skin just begin to like slowly peel back as you aggressively slam this thing upwards. Auntie Nanny, it is your turn. You see the fire spread even further. And roll me two 1d6s. Roll me 1d6 twice.
There's a 2.
this guy right
There's
here.
a 1.
Cool.
He's fine.
Actually, roll me one more. I lied. I'm a liar.
6.
He's not fine.
That's a good one. All right, so this guy is down this number. This guy, as you hear the squeals of more of the undead catching fire.
What about? Did you roll for this guy right here?
Nope, that's on your turn. That's your zombie.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's your zombie boy.
Yeah, there's
So
that
I
one.
should have rolled one.
Oh yeah, roll me a d6. Sorry.
1.
1. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Couldn't have it to a bad guy.
Ow,
Oh, jeez. And 6.
that's hot.
Yeah, as you see more and more of the zombies, as the fire spreads, the heat coming down this corridor is almost overbearing. You guys are sweating, not just from the fight, but from this heat just coming down this tunnel, and the only exit point is this wide open door here, as more and more fuel for the fire just ignites. It is the zombies' turn as they like and scream inside the church. The ones that are outside begin to slash away at you. One coming for Toddrick. Nope, sorry. One coming for Stewart, and one coming for Thorne.
Hold on. Do I get to do anything?
Shit.
I didn't get. Yeah, I didn't
I
get
made
anything.
you roll. Go ahead. Go nuts.
Ah! How dare you take my turn? Nanny's going to I guess see look back at Ismark.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe if we get the bed frame from this room right here, we put it right here.
Sure.
Full barricade. And
Sure.
I tell him this, and I okay.
Okay. He will go in there on his turn, and you guys can begin rolling next turn.
Nice.
Those zombies attack. One of them hits Stewart for 3 damage as it slams into you. Its head rights back down and slams into you. Skeletons do nothing. Ismark prepares.
That was a miss.
It was a miss? 16 misses?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, damn.
17.
Oh, F me.
Right?
F me then.
Go protection.
Yeah. Donovich looks over and he casts some Sacred Flame on the one in front of you, Stewart. And the one in front of you needs to make a dexterity saving throw. And he fails and takes 1 radiant damage. It is, Stewart, your turn. End this zombie's life.
Yeah. I mean, this one, he's been trying to hit me, so it's more defensive at this point than anything.
17 hits. 9 damage kills it. How do you do it?
With zombies, you always go for the head. You got to cut off the head.
Sure.
So he's taking off another head. And then with the spinning maneuvers, he gets the back end at the one in front of Thorne.
Which one? The zombie or the big, the nasty
right.
one? Yep.
Yeah.
23 hits. 5 damage on this guy. Boom. Yeah, you just drive it back. It like sort of stumbles and was going at Thorne, and then it looked back to you and is now deciding which target to hit.
I think I'm gonna push the issue.
Oh.
And use my action surge.
Do it.
To swing at him again.
Sure.
Hits. I had so many flips and flicks with this one. It just.
Wow. Do you get to make the bonus attack? Or is it just one? You only have one bonus attack per turn.
Yeah.
Cool. So you jab this thing and it like lurches towards you, and as it lurches, you meet it with your blade and you just like sever like a huge gash in its chest. And you see like the ichor begins to like spill out as the chest muscles begin to expand, and you can see like the skin tearing off of it as it like and slavers towards you, and it will attack you with a 19. You take 3 slashing damage and 3 bite damage.
Well, that'll happen too.
No, it has disadvantage. I forgot. Not all of those miss. It is restrained. It lashes out at you. It just begins to grab at you, but its feet are still stuck in here, and its organs are like spilling out of its stomach as it gnashes its teeth and grabs its claws towards you. Thorne, you see all this disgustingness happen. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna chop at this guy with my axe.
Do it.
So.
That's a hit.
Oh, okay. That's right. I have advantage.
How do you kill this red-eyed zombie?
Well, okay, so we've done the vertical, we've done the horizontal. So I think we're going to do a diagonal from the bottom up. Just the right
You
right
just
across.
golf swing him. Perfect.
Yeah, with a great axe.
Yep. I dig it. And you do, and the same thing happens that you were too occupied to see with Toddrick. With Stewart. You just sever this thing in half, and you see its legs still struggle against the restrained thorns, and you see its hands reach out as it's falling back, and its face is gnarled, and it's like gnashing at you as it falls. Its arms still in the air as it's on the ground, and before it finally collapses and dies. And you can roll me your rage. So roll me a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Okay.
Yep, you're super good. This seems like the best possible outcome, because you might get to kill it a second time. You're pretty excited at the fact that it didn't just die immediately.
She's just having the time of her life here.
Yep.
This is what she was born to do.
Amazing.
Kill undead.
Pretty much.
So this is her bread and butter, and she is having a terrifyingly good time.
Sweet deal. Toddrick, 1d6. All right, this guy is still on fire, still slipping and sliding in the grease. What do you want to do with your turn?
Reflect on how well this is going, for one.
Because everything.
Yeah, it definitely didn't start. It looked like I might have screwed us there for a second. Let's see, I can't really reach any of these. I think I am going to... I'm going to take a step back, and I'm going to vine whip this dude right here. I think this is 10 feet.
It is.
Right here. Yeah, I want to pull that sucker like right in between the three of us.
Sure.
Just as like a, screw you.
Absolutely. 18 hits. 5 damage as you just pull this guy in.
Oh, and look at that. Did he not come within your reach there?
Oh, he was already in it.
Oh, okay.
He's got 10-foot reach.
Yeah.
Yep. But now you're in its reach. Auntie Nanny, it is your turn. Fire spreads.
Yeah. She's going to hold the bed frame and look over at this much stronger, younger person.
Yep, he actually moved in. I forgot to tell you that. He moved in,
Okay.
and he's helping you. You have advantage on your strength
Nice.
saving throw, or your strength check.
9.
9, he begins to lift the bed, and you're just struggling with your tiny little lady arms. They're tired after the movement of the previous chest.
Oh, damn it.
You know what? Because you're not doing anything, I'll let you make 2. Why not?
Oh shit, hell yeah.
Why not?
3!
Nope. Equally as bad. You're like, "Ugh!" And it keeps falling. You
My little lady arms.
You need to take a breather.
Slip a disc.
Yeah.
My arms are so weak.
Yep. You have weak, spindly lady arms. The zombies move in through the windows, through the walls, and then the other one attacks Toddrick because you pulled him in. This zombie gets pulled in towards you, and it just like slams into you, dealing 7 damage to you as it collides with your tiny nature wizard body.
Oh, fuck, Toddy, I wasn't ready.
That's exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to pull him in and be like, hey! And as I pull him in, I look over at Stewart, and Stewart's just not even paying attention. Like, oh, God.
Yeah. He's stabbing the other one still, and you're just pulling like, over it. What are you doing?
I've got a cola play.
I didn't shout it. That happens. You guys hear more chattering of skeletons that are climbing in through the windows and beginning to try to get through this fire. Ismark is helping you. I'll have Ismark roll too. Why not? Ismark rolls strength. 11? Yeah. So he begins to like wrench it towards the door just ever so slightly. You guys get to here with the bed. Donovich, he does nothing. Stuart Gibbs, you have... Oh, I'm sorry. Donovich does do something. I forgot there's a zombie right in front of me. There's too many things. I can't see them. The zombie fails its dex save, and Donovich uses Sacred Flame for 5 damage. Toddrick, you just see this fire, this bright white fire appear in front of you, cascading down this zombie. Stewart, it is your turn.
He's got to make it up to Toddrick now. There's this thing in front of him.
Yeah.
So he's going to hit it. Because he hits things.
That's a hit.
Yep.
10 damage. That's a solid hit. And the follow-up?
And the follow-up.
That's also a hit. How do you kill this zombie?
Not as cool as last time.
Yeah.
He probably like fumbled, maybe almost cutting off an arm, and then just baseball swing, cracks it in the side of the head.
Yeah, and it just like hits the wall and just slides down it, leaving a trail of like peeled skin and hair and just ichor and disgusting blood. Yeah, that's the end of its turn.
I think we're clear enough. Are we going? Let's go.
Thorne, you are a slavering madwoman, frothing with acid at the mouth, but there is still one enemy behind you.
Yep. She's gonna say, get rid of the thorns. She's gonna just be yelling incoherently about the entangle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But you
Toddrick,
keep yelling, "Get rid of Thorne," and everyone's confused. That's what you mean.
Yeah. I believe he can drop it at any time.
Yeah, no. I just when I see her go to try to stomp past, when I see her get the bloodlust in her eyes at the last one, I'm gonna be like, and it's gonna go away. Wish I had something cooler witty to say to dispel it, but no, I'm just gonna.
All right, chill up.
Yeah.
She's just gonna barge and she's going to step forward and rage cleave at this thing.
Hits. 11 damage.
Is it still alive?
It is still alive.
Okay, then it can make me. Hopefully, this one time it worked. Yeah, there it goes.
Okay, and that is a strength saving throw. Let's see what happens here. Zombie strength. It fails.
Okay, so it goes. I'm going to push it this way, and then I step forward into its space.
Okay.
So she's going to walk up. She's basically going to have the great axe point first.
Yep.
In front of her like this, and she's just going to walk up and shove it back with the axe, just cleaving into it as she goes.
I like it.
She's gonna check it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like
a hockey game. Yeah.
Yeah.
You better believe she plays hockey.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Don't give the thumbs up, Bitters. Don't give the thumbs. You don't. You didn't even play hockey.
I hockey sported once. There was a puck.
Toddrick, it is your turn. Your plan is working exceedingly well. What do you want to do?
How do I roll for gloat?
It's a charisma. It's performance based.
I'm going to move on down and kind of just say, let's make our way. And I'm not even going to worry about this thing because I'm pretty sure Thorne's going to eat it.
Yep.
And but I do want to kind of like once, like I want to kind of start gathering the bodies, and I want to stack the front door with bodies so if they make it past this thing, they can't make it out the front door.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm
You
just
start
going,
like piling the bodies in the doorway. You start like pushing the bits because they're all severed into pieces over here.
yeah, just kind of like.
Yeah, you can spend some time doing that. Auntie Nanny, you hear, let's go! And you are still pushing this bed. What do you want to do?
She's going to look up at his mark in front of her, and you know, as you're probably the only young man that I've ever shared a bed with, but it's time for us to go. And she's gonna scoot out, mage hand. Can I mage hand this little curtain rod?
Sure.
This 10 foot. Okay, I'm gonna mage hand that. That's 5, 10, 15. He's dead. And gonna turn to say, just close the door. I'll bar it.
Okay. Yeah. So you mage hand that bar and you begin to run out there. Perfect. The zombie attacks you, Thorne, with a 6 damage as it plows into you.
Okay, so 3 because I'm still raging.
Yep.
Well,
Skeletons.
it has disadvantage against her though because
Nope,
she has
she-
protection from.
Oh, that's
good and
right. She
evil.
does have protection from good and evil.
Oh,
Holy
that's
shit.
right. Yeah.
Yep. So a 12 does not hit you.
No, it does not. So
So
give me
many
a self-
stacking
3.
things. Skeleton
Like
dude
pancakes.
thing is Mark. He comes out here and he's running as well. And he gets out of the room. Donovich, he gets out as well. Stewart Gibbs. The last thing you heard was, close the door, I'll bar it.
I mean, that seems like a good plan.
Mm-hmm.
He'll step out, close the door.
And Auntie Nanny, you see the door just swing. You see the door swing shut. You see the two iron handles there. I assume you want to jam that rod in there.
Yeah, I'll slip my rod right in.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you slip your
Both
rod
of
in the iron holes. And you guys do what? What are you doing?
Wonder where the grief spell is when it needed it.
Go.
Is this one guy off to the side still up?
He's still up.
I'm gonna finish.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Thorne have it because she looks like she needs it.
Sure. Thorne, it is your turn. Let him have it. 11 hits. 16 more than kills him. How do you want to do it?
Okay, let's see. We've done horizontal, vertical, and diagonal.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just go for the just a mashing.
Sure.
So kind of got him against the wall. So she's actually gonna take the axe, swing it, pin the zombie to the wall, and then just kind of flip the axe up. Get the axe right into the zombie's shoulder, hit it into the wall, and then flip the flat blade of the axe up and just crush its head against the wall.
Yeah.
Just like making a huge mess and just getting it all over herself uncaringly.
Yeah, and it just literally like you like make eye contact as its head hits the wall and just presses in and just stuff explodes out of it. There's just black, wretched smelling just goo out of the sides of this thing like you just killed a bug.
Yeah.
It's the grossest thing anyone has seen. In fact, Father Donovich, covered in soot and smoke and just ichor, he looks and watches that happen and then immediately vomits into the grass. Seeing that was the most violent thing he's seen all day. He just got bit by a zombie. The rest of you guys, you are out, panting, heavy breathing, smoke inhalation. You can see the flames are licking at the windows coming out of this thing. You see the bell tower, the rope on the bell tower is gone. You see a little lick of flame at the top underneath the bell. You guys can still see the flicker of fire outside of the windows. What do you guys want to do?
Fucking Toddrick Ellisor with the plan of the year. Where are we going?
Toddrick's gonna be like, food, drink, sleep. Not necessarily in that order.
As you say that, Toddrick, you hear...
Yeah, of course I do.
And
Yeah.
from around you, there are yet more zombies outside the church.
Sure.
Dang.
Good thing I'm still raging.
They are lurching towards you. As you look over your shoulder to hear the noise, you see dozens, as if the entire 100-something people graveyard rose. And you hear as they're slowly moving towards you.
And then he's going to go, amendment, run first.
So you guys begin to just haul ass. I think one of you is going to have to peel Thorne away, because if she hears that there's more things to kill, I think it's going to be real hard to get her to come with you, even if it is for food.
Yeah.
Who's taking up that mantle?
I think Stewart will fight her if he has to.
Sure.
Let's go.
No, kill.
No, it's time to go. We'll kill tomorrow, live today.
That is actually an argument that works for her.
Sure.
Because I imagine that her trainer would have instilled this, survival instinct into her. So she will reluctantly follow them, but she'll stay at the back, just ready in case anything gets close enough.
Perfect. As the red subsides from your eyes and you, your breath comes back normally as you guys are running back towards the town proper. Let's go ahead and just do.
I think Stewart will take note that worked because she's useful, but hard to calm down.
And you guys find yourself running away. Very much away from the church. It is still nightfall, and you still hear the noises of the undead. You hear the howl of wolves in the distance, and the fog, the mist is thicker than when you had previously walked it during the day. Where do you guys go?
I'm following Toddrick. He's got the plan.
How many of these houses can you burn, Toddrick?
I don't have any more fire.
I think we could ask the priest.
You asked the priest where to go?
Yeah. Or what's his name?
No, well,
Yeah.
you asked the priest, Thorne.
Yeah, the priest looks to you and he says, I don't know, you just burnt my church and my house.
Ismark. The inn.
Or Ismark's house, is what he says.
Okay.
He says, we could take it back to the manor house.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Let's hide where you hide.
Hide where you hide. Perfect. So you guys run quickly down the... in fact, everyone make me a dexterity check.
Oh, shit.
Or athletics, if you have it, if you're trained in it.
Damn it. I was gonna roll.
You can do athletics, too, if you want, Madfish.
Okay.
It's the same.
Oh, what?
Cool. So you guys begin just hauling ass. Stewart, you quickly take the lead as you're just running down the streets. Everyone is behind you. You have your glaive out. You're ready to fight anything that comes at you. And as you guys are running through the streets, down the main center, past the town center, down the main strip, past Mad Mary's, past the merchant, you are running towards the Burgomeister's house. You're seeing these just strange wisps in the fog. You're seeing like what looks like a creature just coalesce out of nothing and then just woof, disappear. You hear the howl of noises. You hear these just scratching noises on the houses all around you, but you just see these strange mottled black and gray shapes as you run past them. You think you see something turn towards you. You think you might see more undead. You think you might see a ghost as you're just hauling it, woof, 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 running past this thing. Toddrick, you stumble and fall. And as you fall, you go completely under the mist. And as you pick yourself up, blinking stars away from just hitting yourself on the thing, you see all of these just feet around you, as if you're being surrounded by something at a minimum with feet. It looks like hobnail boots thick boots with a thick sole with nails just jammed into the base of them to keep them from sliding around on something. You're not quite sure. But they make this disgusting, like, click, scratch as they move towards you. And as you begin to scramble to get yourself up, feeling these just group of people closing in on you, you right yourself, your head pokes out above the mist, and you see nothing around you as you begin to just start running back towards the Burgomaster's house. You guys make it there and make it inside. You see Irina has opened the door for you, and she's like, "Come in! Get in quickly! And then whoa, slams the door behind Toddrick as you guys make it into the house. What do you guys want to do? As you catch your breath, breathing heavily, exhausted, covered in soot and smoke, you have Ismark with you, you have Father Donovich with you, you have Irina with you.
I'm gonna stay by the door.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna just stand in front of the door on the inside with my axe.
Sure.
Ready.
The rest of you guys, you are what appears to be safely inside of a house.
Toddrick's gonna like just splay out and just kind of not talking to anybody in particular. Just go, I can't believe that word.
I think Stewart, usually the grumpy guy, he's pretty stoked. He's gonna go over to Toddrick and just like grab him by the shoulders and shake him and like, I never thought that would go as well as that went.
And Toddrick's saying that going, yeah, this is pretty cool.
I could kiss you, Toddrick.
Don't.
I mean, I won't.
I mean,
but I could.
If you want to.
Maybe. No.
There's a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are in this house. You're all breathing heavily. Irina's looking aghast back and forth between all of you, looking at the priest, looking at her brother, looking at her would-be saviors, and she just looks and says, "What happened? Why were you outside?"
Did somebody forgot their clock?
You were trapped in this?
No, he decided to do it for fun.
The joke is
Thorne
lost on
looks
her.
Yeah, she looks very confused when he says this. And she'll turn around and she'll be like, "We buried the guy, and then the ghosts came and the zombies, and then I killed a bunch of them."
And she is the most excited she's been all day. Or the second most, because she's slaughtered a bunch of people. So yeah,
she's like, "No, I'm hungry."
I think you see Ismark is breathing heavily, and he like slumps against the wall next to the door, and he begins unclasping his doublet as he's like slowly just taking off the leather armor. He like puts his longsword down and just slides down against the wall. He says, I never want to do that again. Thank you.
So, who's hungry? I'm gonna fix some food then.
Nanny's going to stumble around the kitchen, grab whatever she can to make something for everybody to eat.
Yeah, you just stumbled on the kitchen. The kitchen seems relatively stocked, and you can roll, I think it was performance? Is that what you rolled last time?
Sure.
Or did you roll cook? You have cook. You have
cooking tools, yeah. Let's see, how well do I cook? Oh,
Not well.
I'm tired.
You are tired. Your muscles are weak from moving a bed and a shelf. And this is an unfamiliar kitchen. You're not sure where all the tools are, the utensils are. So you make burnt bacon turtles. And you bring them out, and everyone is expecting delicious bacon turtles as they were last time. And they are these just crispy, blackened, essentially just coal biscuits. And you hand them out with glee.
In the theme of tonight, where everything just burns to a crisp, here.
She sets it down and then just collapses into the nearest chair.
Yep.
This is why I never go to dinner parties. They always have a theme.
Everything's on fire was this theme.
And I'm the undead.
You look over and you see the priest is pacing back and forth and looking out of the windows next to the door, and he's like looking, and you guys can see through the window when he peels the curtain back that up on the hilltop, just the church is ablaze, and he looks back to you and he says, My church, my house, my son. What will I do? And he looks back to you guys for answers.
You know, I think with the graveyard full of monsters that pop out and attack you en masse, your property value wasn't probably all that high to begin with. You could have insured it with a copper piece every week.
But who will bring the chant of light to these people? Who will instill them hope?
Who will bring anything here ever? Why are you doing this? Why do you live here? We stumbled in here by accident, but you've had yourself planted here like a damn sequoia, and you never want to leave.
Where else would we go?
Somewhere that's not full of 10 million fucking zombies that jump up every night, and your creepy ass son you keep locked up in the basement.
Nanny.
Oh.
All of her calm veneer just erodes.
Go make a bed. Go sweep a floor. Do something productive.
Toddrick just brushes dust off of himself to make her look a mess.
Yeah.
It's ash and dust.
So, I think I relayed the information about the last name of the son. Nanny found that, right?
Nanny found it and then told you.
And then told me. And then I told Stewart. And I think it devolved into that's the last name of the. Yeah, I devolved into that's the last name of the priest instead of that was the name that was carved in the thing by the son.
Yep.
The person he calls us. And so, I mean, I don't know what we're gonna do with that.
Yeah, so Nanny told you, Toddrick, you told Stewart, and that was that.
So, Father, I'm sorry, I don't think we caught your name.
Father Donovich. And he just looks defeated. He just lost everything.
Shit. Right, that thing.
Yeah. That thing.
What?
And he's gonna like look around shifty-eyed because it's like Fight Club. You kind of want to talk about it, but you know you're not supposed to, but you're not sure if you're not supposed to because the rules are kind of vague.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Irina, who is perfectly fine, she's been in a house all day hanging out, she looks to you and she says, What thing? What are you talking about?
You know, is this secret stuff? Should we be talking about this with normies?
You hear zombie noises outside. No.
Muggles.
Oh Lord. Nanny.
What?
You've seen her, right?
Aye. Well, no.
To see mark a resemblance.
Well, I've never peeked under the sheet. Remember, he asked if she was a dwarf or not. I didn't know.
I'm sorry. I do remember saying that.
I mean, hold on. Well, he did have a sheet thrown over him back at the church for a while.
Did that lump look anything like her lump?
I don't know. I'm not. I'm familiar with the lumps, but I can't. It's just so hard to remember the lumps. Toddrick.
If there's any distinguishing lumps that she has, try to picture them on this overweight middle-aged bald man.
Well, I'm just so confused about the things that go lump in the night. And she's gonna go back to sleep. She's done. Her food sucks, so you know her brain's not working. There's a fly that will not die. Sorry.
Thorne is, after she stuffed her face with everything that she can get her hands on, she'll just be like, what are you talking about?
Toddrick probably shouldn't tell her, but he's just so out of it that he's like, his last name is Donovich.
She's gonna turn and look at the priest, like, expectantly.
Yep, he looks at you confused. And sad.
You got the same name as the hero lady in the tomb.
I'm immediately going to look over at Stewart.
Do you know that?
We didn't say anything. She did.
I know, but it kind of happened the exact way I wanted it to.
Perfect.
He looks to you, and then he looks over to Ismark, and then to Irina, and he says, "No, I didn't know that. What is she talking about?"
I like that we got the two groups standing up. Nobody knows what anybody's doing.
Everyone just kind of shrugs and looks to you guys for answers.
Tilting her head, because now she's like, someone not having heard of Narcissa is like just unthinkable to her. So she's totally lost. She does not know what to do next.
Who is Narcissa to you, Father Donovich?
As you say that, you see him sort of scramble backwards and put his hands up against the wall and begin to lift himself up, and you can see his sad, lost demeanor turn to anger. And he looks to you and he says, "That name. Why do you know that name? Who are you people?"
Oh, she doesn't like this. She's gonna get mad.
Who are you people?
Grab him, Thorne!
Enjoy your
I'm a
stay.
priest here in Barovia. How do you know the name of my deceased daughter?
Yeah, no, it doesn't work that way. Toddrick asked first.
Wait.
No, wait, no, he kind of just told us, but yeah.
How do you know her name?
She's super confused because, she got put in the tomb,
Thorne.
really long time ago.
Jeez, how did your daughter die?
He looks to Ismark, and Ismark kind of nods. And he says, "The beast took her." The beast, and he tears the curtain open and points at the castle on the hilltop. "There, in the castle, he took her."
I'm gonna look over at Stewart, but I'm gonna still be speaking to him. How long ago?
Years ago. She was a girl. No older than her. And he points to Irina.
We're gonna do a little friend powwow. Where we...
The friend huddle?
Yeah. And I assume Thorne's gonna be in on the friend huddle, but I'm just gonna be talking to Stewart. I just don't want to leave her out, so I'm just like,
Yeah.
Okay, and you just grab onto her bones and pull it down.
Yeah, just hey, get me down here. Right, so Narcissa is older than anything, right?
Yeah.
That's what you told me.
Okay, yeah. And she's only been dead for a few years, right? And you can just see the tick, 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 tick,
That's
tick, tick.
what he said.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah. So, what's happening? You come to this realization. Toddrick has he's just so lost. The concept of time travel has never once crossed his mind, and now he's just starting to think about that's the noise his brain is making is just Tim the Toolman Taylor sounds. He just has no clue what's going on.
There's a reference I haven't heard in a while.
I'm sure there are reasons. Okay, but are you sure it's a No, it's got to be. You know what? We all need to just have some sleep. Hopefully we don't die. And figure this out in the morning, because I don't know about you guys, but I am frazzled.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that bacon tart did a number on my stomach. And he's going to be like, okay, all right, ready, break. And then I'm going to get up and turn around and look at the preacher man. I'm going to look at the preacher man. Your daughter was, maybe could be, someone of great importance, but we don't have the time to talk about it right now because he's going to just kind of look at it, pretend, watch. It's past my bedtime.
So the priest is not having any of your business. He looks completely angered, and he is like standing up against the wall. And as soon as you say it's past my bedtime, we don't have time to talk this, he like walks forward towards you and is like angrily pointing down at your chest. And he says, "No, we have time. Why are you bringing my daughter's name into this? How do you know who she is?"
Thorne is just going to reach over and put one of her great big hands on his chest. Not pushing him or anything, just making sure that he knows that he's not going to lay a hand on him.
I got my boys with me. What? Nah.
Pull me back, bro!
You see as soon as you go to put his hand, your hand on his chest. Let's say Auntie Nanny, you're asleep, right?
Yeah, although if she needs to wake up for
No,
a
you're
thing,
fine.
then she okay.
No.
Toddrick, you feel a little crackle that feels kind of vaguely like magic, and his voice booms loud, and like the ground shakes, and he says, "No, we'll talk now. Why do you bring my daughter's name into this?"
And Toddrick is gonna. Oh, what did you do here?
He's thaumaturging.
Oh, Thorne will start growling at him because he did that.
Mm-hmm.
I like how you said that, room. Oh, he's just a thaumaturge.
It's like in a Fellowship of the Ring, don't take me for a conjurer of cheap tricks.
Yeah. I got it.
Makes me fat and not nearly as cool looking.
And bald, and
Yeah. Fuck those guys.
He looks again, like, despite Thor's hand on his chest, he's still jabbing at yours, Toddrick, and he says, "You come here, strangers. You bring death and decay on the wind. You burn my church and my home and my son to the ground. And you bring my daughter's name into this. Who are you, and why do you know her name?"
Oh, man, we totally should have discussed matching tattoos. He's gonna...
We all have a tattoo like on our butt cheek that's our symbol.
Yeah,
just a picture of his daughter.
It's her face.
No, the order of Ash and Bone. Everybody's matched up in pairs, so we all have Tanakh and ESG.
Yeah,
on our butt cheeks. Anyway, he's just gonna look at him, tell him, "Well, I don't think she's dead. And we're all here because of her. But to be totally sure, we need to do a little bit more investigating. And right now, my mind is working at about 30 FPS. And I don't think that I can go on the rest of the evening trying to detail out exactly what your daughter has to do with this, while also continuing to breathe. So...
He looks to you. You can kind of see that he's exhausted as well. And he says, he kind of looks to all of you and then looks back down to you and says, No, she's dead. The Red Mage came. He spouted secrets and lies. He took my daughter. He took my son. Only one returned. And you heard the state of him. She is dead. She is lost to us.
See, I'm still sitting here, like, trying to weigh the consequences of telling him that we could possibly be many years from the future. But I mean, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to be like beep boop beep.
Yeah, because you don't fully understand it either.
Yeah,
it's a new, like, you're a learned mage. You can roll Arcana or History if you want to see if there's ever been any cases of this before, or if you recall anything. You don't recall any time travel.
Oh no, shit.
Yeah.
Can I try and remember?
Oh God, please do.
Yeah, you can try. You can try to roll a history check.
Oh my god.
You also don't remember any cases of time travel or anything like
That's
that.
a terrible shame.
Yeah.
If you would have, I don't know if I could have gone on with myself. If you would have beat me on that.
Toddrick just leaves and walks into the night.
I'm gonna put my hand. I mean, I'm gonna reach for his shoulder, but just kind of realize I can't reach his shoulder, so I just kind of awkwardly put my hand on his chest.
Mm-hmm.
As a, we've definitely got a lot of talking to do, sir. And just so let's get some rest. He's never had to.
He like scowls at you, but he lets you move around. He doesn't stop you. He doesn't prevent you from going anywhere.
Like you could. We got Thorne here.
That's true. Yeah, he doesn't prevent you or yell at you anymore. He just looks deflated, and like you see all of the sadness pour back into him. Because now he, like, a name that was dredged up from the past is now, gone, back in there again. And you see, like, for a minute, you guys kind of just, like, awkwardly list around the room, until, Irina realizes what's happening and says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't plan for this. Let me show you to our guest quarters." And she escorts you guys to rooms. And you may take a long rest, if you so choose.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yep. Thorne will just ask her. She's like, "You sure? I don't need to stay. We're okay. We're not getting in."
No, nothing has made its way inside the home, the manor house yet.
Okay, wake me up if it does. And then she'll just go in the room and just out.
Yeah.
Like she's not even actually all the way in the bed.
Yeah, just like half out, one leg off, the arm off the other side, laying on it the short way. And you guys have a fitful, dreamless sleep as you are completely exhausted, all of your resources and muscle fatigue, and you pass out. And you sleep for quite some time. And you awake to the sound of nothing. No birds chirping, no, animals, just a few noises in the house as you hear someone is, like, cooking or attempting to clean something up.
It's probably Nanny.
It's probably Nanny. She slept earlier. She was on the... No one. They just left her in the big comfortable chair. And as you guys wake up and peek out the windows, you see just the same thing you saw the previous day. The sun is just cresting over a hilltop and doesn't look like it's rising any higher. It's just this weird gray, like orange and gray light that's kind of beaming up over the hilltop far away.
She'll
It's like
when she
Mordor,
gets
Alaska.
downstairs, she'll try and find the first local person.
You see Irina.
Irina. She'll just look at her and be like, "Why is the sun like that?"
She looks out the window and looks back to you and just says, I don't know. It's always been that way.
That's weird.
Is it?
Yeah, it's supposed to come up, and then it comes up, and then it goes all the way up, and then it goes down on the other side. But this one just comes up a little bit, and then it goes away. That's weird.
She cocks her head and then pats you on your scaly shoulder and says, "Very astute. Thorne, was it?"
Yeah,
"Yes.
I'm hungry."
I'll fetch you something to eat." And she begins to walk towards the kitchen.
She'll just go and sit in the kitchen and wait for food.
Yeah.
She'll just sit and watch every step.
She's considering the rest of your party is using child labor. She cooks you food, and the rest of you wake up in whatever time and manner you want.
Nanny's already been cooking as well,
Sure.
tidying things up, de-dirting everything.
if you'd like to make me another cooking test and see if you can actually cook some delicious,
I can
tasty
cook.
food.
I'm not tired now. Boom, 15.
15. That's much better than previous. Roll me a d4.
Oh, snap. How many pancakes do you all get?
Everyone who eats Auntie Nanny's breakfast cooking gains 3 temporary hit points.
Eat these pancakes.
When Todd smells the pancakes, he's gonna float out of the bed like a Disney movie. He's like, float to the kitchen.
It looks like a bacon turtle, but it's just pancake with bacon in it. Like all of the things she makes are bacon turtles.
Yeah. It's
a pancake and turtle.
An Auntie Nan cake.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys are all gathered around the long table in the dining room. The Father Donovich comes down. Ismark comes down. Everyone is down there, and you just hear silence and the sound of scraping forks and knives on plates as all of you eat.
And Thorne chewing loudly.
Yeah, with her mouth open, until someone breaks the silence.
So how was everyone's little discussion last night?
Oh yeah, this is a pretty awkward breakfast. We forgot to tell you about that.
Okay. How did that go?
Yeah, you've met the priest, Father Donovich.
Yes, is he eating with us?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, there. I remember last night we did kind of kill a lot of zombies.
Yes, Father Donovich, actually father of Narcissa Donovich, right?
Oh, Narcissa? What?
And you hear the scraping of fork on plate.
And the laugh track.
And
yeah, she's been gone a while, maybe not so long. We don't really know because we don't know if we're talking about the same person.
I'm gonna kind of, I guess, just put my fork and knife down. Mr. Father. Can I call you Mr. Father? Mr. Father. You have a daughter named Narcissa Donovich. Is she a strong warrior by any chance, or sir?
She wasn't when she left here.
Well, she wasn't.
She never returned, so I have no idea what the state of her is now.
Well, I might know what the state of her now because, in back where I'm from, she's been dead for several hundreds of years.
It's impossible.
Well, that was tactful.
It's impossible.
Yeah, but we'd only kind of dead, right? So
Yeah, it's impossible, says the man who lives next to the place where dead people don't stay dead, and they tried to, tear down your whole church. Well, logic kind of got thrown out the window there when the windows got shattered by your neighbors. So,
No,
I'm going to tell you the truth.
She's been missing for 2 years.
200 years, Molly.
Well, see, your world, this place has like the laziest sun I've ever seen. That comes up, it gets tired about 10 o'clock, and just sits there.
See, I said it was weird.
Everything's so strange here. Like she said, like my big, giant monster friend said, everything's so backwards here. So maybe there's some kind of space-time continuum that I probably don't know that much about. But who knows? It's weird. But your daughter's going to be destined to do wonderful things, and she's not kind of, sort of, all that dead yet.
What do you mean?
I mean, she has... Her corpse lies back at our cloister, way off where we have our secret hideaway place. And every day, I would cast gentle repose upon her body to keep it fresh, to keep it ready to resurrect, to fight off bad people. The name of that body is Narcissa Donovich, which apparently is the name of your daughter. So, something weird is happening. Something as weird is happening with our odor of ash and bone, and with your kid who's been gone for 2 years.
And the whole time they're talking, Toddrick's just not even looking up. He's just kind of eating a pancake.
Elbows off the table, Toddrick.
no, and right, we were all pulled from different places through some fog to this place. There's no way this is coincidence. I mean, granted, Toddrick is the brains of this operation, but even I know that'd be ridiculous.
He looks to you and says, I don't understand what you're saying. Narcissa's only been gone for 2 years, not 200. She was taken with Doru, the Red Mage. He came here and he whispered lies that he could defeat the beast who coveted her. He took them and several other people of the city to fight him. Only Doru came back. You heard what he was.
Why did he come back? Why did nobody else come back?
I assumed they were all dead.
But why? If a bad guy takes you and then you don't get away unless the bad guy's dead. So how come that guy got away?
Clearly, this bad guy is not dead, or we wouldn't be besieged as you saw last night.
So how did your son get away?
I don't know.
Did you ask him?
He doesn't really speak much,
Oh,
except for the growing hunger.
okay.
Blood.
Have you fed him?
No, I told you, not in the last year.
No, you're not supposed to eat just blood.
Yes,
You
I'm
have
aware.
to eat vegetables too.
Very, very good, Thorne, yes.
It appears as though the only thing that sates his hunger is more blood. Once we found this out, we couldn't. We chained him up.
Okay.
What about this red mage? You talk about red mage, you talk about this red person. What's the deal with that?
I don't know. He appeared one day, much like you. Talking about how he could save this land from the beast in the castle.
What's his name?
I don't recall. He
What
was,
makes him red?
the color red. He wore red robes, red hat, dressed in all red.
So I guess that makes me the brown dwarf, and my friend Stewart here, the blue knight, and Thorne, the black lizard. Is that what is this? It's a really awkward system of naming you've got here.
She seems to not mind this name though.
Yeah.
Yes, if I forget your name, you will be known as that. No one seems to recall. No one seems to recall the Red Mage's name. We just
Wait,
recall that he came.
A guy came and you took your kids away and you don't remember his name?
Yes,
But your kids went with him willingly, right?
That's weird.
they seem to have gone willingly. Yes.
They seem to have gone willingly. Okay. More pancake, please.
She mage hands an oven mitt with like a spatula.
Thorne is just eating this entire time, like talking with her mouth. And as soon as there's food in front of her, she's eating.
Yeah.
About every 20 seconds, Nanny just takes a spatula and just flips one over to Thorne's plate.
Makes sense.
Mage hand the syrup. Boop, boop, boop. Back and forth.
So what direction did they go to?
I'm sorry. What?
So what direction did they go?
What do you mean? What direction? The castle. It's enormous, on top of the cliffside.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's that thing you've pointed at like 5 different times throughout this campaign. Yep, I remember.
There's been that creepy music cue, then thunder that will crash every time that the camera zooms in on it as well. It's very... They've hammered the point home, I believe.
I keep hearing zoinks every time too.
Jinkies!
So,
KW Fraggy. Nanny's going to, well then, if you're mad about having no place to go, we're about to escort this young woman down here to a better place, a proper place, maybe one that's not full of the people that come out from the graves. And maybe once we get there, we can plan, who knows, an investigation.
You don't think we should just go to the castle and start chopping things up?
We might need to learn a little bit more about this castle before we go in sword swinging. Maybe develop a plan, maybe help establish ourselves among the community in case we need help.
Yeah, you should know how many guards there are and stuff.
That's true. You don't want, because you want to bring enough access for all the faces you want to just bury them in. You want to bring enough string to make your bone things with. You can't just go in. Imagine all those dead people, and you just have no way to wear their bodies on you in perfect adornments because you did not bring enough.
I didn't get any trophies from all them zombies. I'm gonna have to get something. She still has the skull in her head.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, it didn't get knocked off.
It's wedged right in there between the horns, so
Perfect.
Yeah. She's like, okay, let's go to this other town then. Maybe there will not be zombies there. But you guys should not live here because there's zombies.
They all kind of look to Ismark, and he places his fork and knife down and says, yes, take my sister, take Father Donovich. I must stay. There has to be a burgomaster in the town. Keep appearances, at the very least. If I abandon the city, all hope will be lost. My father gone, the role falls to me.
Hope for what? Everybody's dead.
Not everyone.
Well, I guess you count.
Can she fight?
Can she fight? I would hope not.
She may have to.
She gonna learn today. Yeah. So
I hate it.
I guess I'm gonna look over at Stewart.
Good pancakes.
Yeah, this
Thank you there.
just keeps getting interesting.
So this.
I'm not opposed to just going to the castle.
That seems like a pretty bad idea.
Yeah, but I mean that's kind of what I've been all about so far.
Well, here's an idea. Why don't... It's morning. I apparently don't see a burning, smoldering wreckage where the church was. Maybe we need to check on the status of Doru.
Oh no.
I mean, just beat on the lid and see if he responds.
But we're supposed to walk the lady to the town.
Yeah,
Do that, so we have to do it.
yeah, Nanny, you go check on the boy. We'll go walk to the town.
Okay.
So you just head out.
Todd's gonna be like, oh no.
Nobody here understands sarcasm.
I don't know what it is. Maybe I come from a special place.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Okay. Then he's going to check out the smoldering wreck. And hope this is not the last.
Unless someone stops her, she's going towards the church.
It's daytime, right? It's daytime, correct?
It is daytime. Yeah, it's
daytime.
It's what passes for daytime here.
Yeah, I'll go with you. I'll stuff a lot of pancakes in my mouth.
Yeah. I take like a big platter of them with me so that Thorne comes with me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You just take make the hobo basket and then you just hook it up with a battle axe.
I just every 15 feet I just drop a pancake.
Ooh, piece of pancake.
Yeah. So you two make your way to the church. Do the rest of you follow? Or do you stay here to discuss travel plans?
I'm gonna tell Father Donovich, I guess if you want to go check out and see if there's anything salvageable from your house, just watch out for, your cannibal kid.
Yeah. Yeah, he comes with you. He looks around and says, he looks to Irina and Ismark and says, I will return. I will accompany these intrepid adventurers to Valaki with your sister. I'll stay at the church there. There's nothing left for me here. I'll wait my return. And he heads out the door with you guys. Auntie Nanny and Thorne, you got a head start. So you guys are, probably like a good pace away from these people. And Father Donovich looks down to you guys, Toddrick and Stewart, and he says, in the vein of strange things that have been happening as of late, it would behoove me to tell you that Irina is not the Burgermeister's daughter. She was found here. She was found in the woods near the pillar stone of Ravenloft. She was a girl, a small child, but had no memory of her past. And the previous Burgermeister, Kolyan, the man we buried yesterday, he took her in and raised her like his own. Ismark isn't aware.
Is she?
I don't think so. I don't know. But it appears as though people seem to disappear and appear here with some apparent regularity, so I'm not sure where she's from, or if what you say is true about my daughter being dead for 200 years. When she's from?
Well, like we said, she's not technically dead.
Either way.
I mean, well, technically, I'm sorry, I get that wrong. Technically, she is dead, but she's still pretty fresh, like day old bread. It's not.
He doesn't mean that the way it sounds.
You can just see, like, Stewart, you just hear his knuckles crack as he refers to his daughter as day old bread.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you know what? I
Either
think.
way.
I don't think it's any of our places to ever bring it up. How about that?
Yes, well, it might be something to know about.
I mean,
I don't know what it means. I don't know what it means, but if...
Thanks for the gossip, Padre, but...
He just nods.
Not my business.
He nods. Right. Thought you should know.
Hey.
It does sound important. I appreciate that you thought we might like it. Yeah.
Neat.
And you guys continue on to the church until you guys all get there. And you see exactly what you thought you'd see. Smoldering wreckage of a church. All of the walls, all the wooden frames and beams of the ceiling are down. You see the smoldering iron bell, or brass bell, rather. You see the stone pillars have either collapsed due to the beams breaking, or you just see like the cornerstones still erected. All the door frames are down, and most of the floor is burnt up. And through the floor, you can see like holes in the floor where it like singed through to the undercroft below. And when you walk in, you see that the heavy iron padlock over the trapdoor, and the trapdoor is still mostly intact but charred.
I'm gonna pick up a few souvenirs.
Sure.
Yeah, stuff them in my pockets.
Yeah, you start picking up pieces of undead, and most of them, the bones, most of them crumble due to the heat of the flames, but you do find a few, like, smaller finger bones that were, like, tucked underneath wood pieces or something like that didn't quite get the intense heat of the flames.
Yeah, she'll go around doing that, and then she'll wait by the trapdoor.
Sweet. The rest of you?
Oh, I'm gonna go to the cemetery. I'm gonna go around the back.
Okay. Yeah, you do. You go through the cemetery. You walk in through the gate. What are you looking for here?
I'm just gonna be walking around, checking out the names, and also looking at the ground where the zombies came up to see, like, is the ground been messed with? Does it look like stuff come up out of the ground?
Roll me an investigation. So you walk around reading the tombstones. None of the names particularly jump out at you. At least not names that you are, that are relevant to you. The thing you do notice is exactly that none of these graves look disturbed at all.
I'm gonna emo kid this, and I'm gonna sit in front of a group of graves and cast detect magic as a ritual.
Sure.
Enjoy your stay.
Yep. So you spend the next 10 minutes doing that. While you're doing that, Auntie Nanny, what are you doing?
She's gonna step into the middle of the church and go up to, I guess, where the altar would be. I'm guessing it's just a blackened maybe mess.
Yeah, it was a stone altar, so like all around it is just charred, blackened area. The stonework has like the charred marks on it, but the stone is still there. The altar is still there.
Yeah. Even though she was kind of abrasive with the priest, so to kind of, I guess, as a sign of goodwill, mayhaps, she'll take out the symbol of Aelmar that she took from the office and set it on the middle of the altar, and kind of just broom some of the ash and coal. Because she's going to make the altar just look as pristine as she could, and then put the little symbol on top of it.
And as you're around the back side of the altar, you can see that Father Donovich is like kicking and sifting through the charred remains of the church, avoiding the holes in the floor and the corpses, the burnt corpses. And as you begin like sort of making a little bit of a scene, he like looks up and he sees what you're doing, and you can see like the corner of his mouth smile, and then he goes back to kicking things away. You can tell that he seems appreciative that you are trying to make amends, and he sort of nods towards you.
She also says, "There are these two I managed to salvage," and I'll hold up the 2 books.
He looks at them and he says, I have them memorized.
Okay, I'll keep them.
You should
She
keep them.
pockets them.
You should. Yes. You should keep them. Perhaps they will do you well. The sun god be with you.
And what was this thing too? She's like unknowingly admitting that she just pilfered a bunch of stuff from his office. She holds up that little box that there was like some kind of little box.
Yeah.
Thing.
He takes the box from you, and he reaches into his like elb, and he pulls out a very ornate gold symbol of Aelmar, the sun god, and he pulls it off a gold chain, and he like lowers it in, and you can see the box is like lined with like felt or like some kind of padding, and then he closes it and he says, "I keep this in here when I sleep."
Okay. And she's done her good deed.
He actually hands it to you.
Oh shit!
And says, "Perhaps this will also serve you well on your journey."
She doesn't really know what to say, so she just puts it on and sees if she feels anything from it.
You feel holier? No, it's just a symbol, holy symbol of Aelmar. It's just very ornate.
Okay.
Probably worth some money if you want to sell it. But it is a solid gold symbol of Aelmar, the sun god.
Yeah, I support that. I'll bling it.
Sweet. Stewart Gibbs, what are you doing?
Palling around with Toddrick.
You're out there in the
He
graveyard?
probably followed him around, seeing what he was looking into. He's always got an idea of what he's doing. So
Sure.
but then when he starts doing the chanting thing, I imagine Stewart probably got bored and started wandering around, like poking at graves,
Sure.
making sure things were secure, because can't let Toddrick get ate while he's doing his thing.
Yeah. You are literally walking back and forth through the graves, kind of circling Toddrick, and you notice the same thing. It looks like none of the graves have been disturbed at all. In fact, most of them still have what counts for grass around here, covering them up. None of the names look familiar to you. They all look like they're Barovia names. There's no Donoviches. There's nothing like that. Actually, roll me an intelligence. Roll me a investigation. Yeah, you notice no names. No names that are relevant. And as you're walking
Enjoy your
around,
stay.
Toddrick, you finish your ritual and your eyes open, and everywhere around you, you see necromantic magic. Everywhere. Like, there isn't a spot in the graveyard that doesn't have it. In fact, roll me an Arcana and a Perception. So you stand up and you're looking around and you see everything everywhere is dripping with necromantic energy. You can even see it like wisping through the mist in the immediate area around you. You see every single gravestone is like etched in it. All of the grave sites are etched in it. And you notice out of the corner of your eye one spot that appears to be clean.
I bet it's where he buried that guy.
I'm gonna go look at it.
Do you get your friend Stewart Gibbs?
Dude.
Oh, are you done?
Yeah. I'm just gonna assume that necromancer magic is purple. So,
Sure.
It's
I believe it's black and gray is what it looks like.
oh, black and gray.
Black
Okay,
and
whatever.
gray.
Purple's cool.
Yeah, blue. So blue shades of blue are arcane. Necromantic or fell magic is black and gray, or mostly black. And life and nature magic is whitish green. Those are the colors in Timorel.
This whole graveyard is black, buddy. We need to go check this spot out because it's completely clear.
I think you're talking about magic.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's black magic everywhere. So I'm going to go over to whichever one of these graves is.
Yeah, so you do. You make your way over there, and it is a very small, simple wedge-shaped stone. And the entire, like, whatever the size of a coffin would be, that is the shape and size of the not black, is the not necromantic magic. And on the simple stone, all it reads is Narcissa.
Yeah, but when we figure this out, I'm going to dramatically wipe away the moss.
Mm-hmm.
The camera pans
all
to
the
see me
lichen
and Stewart's.
is caked on there. You just sort of scrape it off with your shillelagh. You sort of picking at it, and it reads Narcissa.
And I'm just going to look back at Stewart. No fucking way.
And that's where we end the session. Awesome, guys.
Enjoy
So,
your stay.
really cool session. Really crazy combat. I actually stole that combat from one of my favorite adventures in 4E called Dead by Dawn.
Did you expect us to burn the whole fucking place down?
No, I didn't expect that at all. But that's cool. I'm sure that's not going to haunt you in the future. So we'll go around, introduce our characters and our players here, and then we'll go host a friend of ours. So we'll start with the one, the only, the Mad Fishmonger. Who are you? What are you doing here? And what did you think of tonight?
I'm Mad Fishmonger. I hang out on the internet and make art. And I had a really good time. There was a couple of points there where I really wasn't sure how things were going to go. But I was going to keep swinging my axe until something worked.
Perfect.
So she's pretty happy. And she got to do her thing.
Mm-hmm.
Kill undead. So, and she survived it. So kind of win-win. She is not a sensitive person.
That's true.
So, yeah, don't be sending her to do the consoling of the bereaved or anything.
That's true.
I don't think that's going to be very comforting.
Also an insensitive person in and out of character. KW Frags, who are you? What are you doing here? And what did you think of tonight's episode?
I don't know why you guys let me hang around, but for some reason I'm a mod here. I hang out, I do stuff, I play in games, and I try to make sure things go smooth. And tonight was super fun. This was a combat heavy episode, but I enjoyed the heck out of it. Yeah, I don't know. I was really proud of burning everything down. The second you told me that, I don't know, for some reason when I heard you say something about it's a mattress full of hay, I was like, I'm gonna roll that up into a big old cigarette and smoke this place down.
It worked.
It did.
It worked.
And I was super happy about it. But yeah, no, I stream sometimes. I'm on Twitch, Twitter, whatever. I'm everywhere. I do stuff. So,
you do. You sure do.
Yeah.
Another mod here, Mr. Bitters. Who are you? What are you doing here? And what did you think of tonight's episode?
Yeah, I'm Mr. Bitters. I just kind of play here. If you want more of me, you have to come back here.
That's true.
Sorry. I thought tonight was fun. Toddrick is the brains of the operation, so I really did enjoy following through with his plan and seeing it come through.
Yeah,
I was
seeing it actually
excited
work.
as Stewart was.
Perfect. That's amazing. And we'll jump over to last but not least, the one, the only, Rem, Insomniacs Inc. Who are you? What are you doing here? And what do you think of tonight?
Hey, it's me, Insomniacs Inc. Rim. Had fun this episode. It was nice to get all tactical and burn shit up. And when that didn't work, you just burn more shit up. And I got to take Nanny on a just berating, loud, speak her mind escapade. I write D&D adventures on the DM's Guild. Here's a link to my shop. Give that a check. Oh, that's right. I got it posted in.
Nah, I think it might have worked. If not, I'll just repost it.
Okay.
You're good.
Okay. That's what I do. And if you liked me on Curse of Strahd tonight, you can catch me on Curse of Strahd tomorrow at Encounter Roleplay at 4 EST. I'm doing 2 Strahd campaigns. It's a little confusing. For example, this priest in here, we are talking with and have been talking for the past couple of sessions. We murdered him in about 30 minutes on ERP. So there's 2 wildly different play styles going on.
Yep.
Both entertaining. So check me out here, check me out there.
Sweet deal. So yeah, guys, we'll be back here tomorrow at 8 p.m. for 6 and 20 Blades in the Dark game. We'll be back on Thursday for more Havoc in the Hinterlands. And we'll be back on Saturday for a 12-hour stream for charity. We have Mad Fishmonger. She's doing the Mad Wizard's Tower. We have some more Blades in the Dark happening. We have some Coriolis happening. And we have something else happening. Oh, yeah, we have Savage Worlds Wild Wild West happening, which is going to be pretty cool. You guys are going to see Kyle back in the DMC for that one. It's going to be a fun game, so definitely check that out. And all proceeds for that stream go to Extra Life Kids. Extra Life for Kids. So far, we raised, I think, $1,800 this year. The goal is $3,000, so let's see if we can crack that nut within the last few months of the year. And get that ball rolling. For now, guys, if you don't follow us on social media, please do that. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And if you're not in our Discord, join the conversation. What the hell are you doing? Just join our Discord. And we're going to go raid our friend Henley, who is a member of our Twitch team and a good friend of ours. And he's currently playing some Dungeons and Dragons as we speak. So, without further ado, guys, from all of us to you, bye-bye.